And we're live. Hello, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, happy time zones, wherever you might be. I'm Emma. Welcome back to the House of Hubris here on twitch.tv/Saracent. Welcome back to Shadows Over Loathing. Yeah. Was planning to do a stream this weekend. Didn't. I'm also going to be missing next weekend's stream, but that one's intentional. So, yeah, we're back. It's Shadows Over Loathing. It's very silly. Jimbut's back. Our girl, our lovable butch, Jimbut Barflower, out here trying to find cursed objects and getting distracted by side quests, which is a mood. Last time we did more side quests in the swamp, and we finished up. I think we just explored Mudhenge, a puzzle which we brute forced, and then I worked out about 10 seconds after we went off air, as is the way. So yeah, we found our way through that teleport maze, killed some nudist druids, made a wish for money, and it directed us to a beach ship, which is where we are. Oh, and we still have the maggot hat on because it's mechanically very good, but viscerally upsetting. The wreck of the Longfellow. We had that shellfish pun. The boat is named for the younger brother of poet Henry Wadsworth Longfellow. Okay, what is the betting? We're setting up a long joke here, and it was named after him because he was called Longfellow Wadsworth Longfellow. Just calling it here. The once proud riverboat even, different thing, has succumbed to those immutable twins of entropy, time and mud. Mayhap this debris fell. Oh, God! English words today! Mayhap this debris fell from the wreck of the boat, but mayhaps not. You got a crusty roll. One man's trash is another's crusty roll, to quote Shakespeare, if you believe he even wrote those plays. I mean, he definitely didn't write that play. Gives you 3 physical armor. Great. As if the flies and the mushrooms weren't bad enough, now we have the other thing that sets me off, which is malevolent plants. Great. Hello. Fine for nature to reclaim the shipwreck, but the plant doesn't have to look so happy about it. Fight for your right to make metal stuff, and mostly I'm just fighting to make it dead. Oh yeah, and the professor didn't come through Mudhenge with us. Some people have no sense of fun. Okay, 36 HP. Well, Jesus, I can hit very hard with this thing. So I guess we just... Oh, wow, stop hitting yourself to 16 a hit. Cool, you're dead. Our choice to play the hit things very hard class is very much paying off. Now there'll be no more of nature's gloating over the death of a boat. Yeah, how much XP do we have? 133. Well, we've got all of these. What else do we have we can spend it on? Because we have books. Oh yes, History of Mudhenge, which told us nothing. There isn't more on throwing balls. I think we should probably be investing in the elemental armor skills. What's our lowest elemental armor at the minute? Okay. And then cold. We have a spooky one. Punt. Meteor. Do we even have that one at a base level? Yes, we do. But it's upgradable. Plus meat drops, we've got that as well. They're both plus meat drops. Great noogie. Hot armor, stop hitting yourself. A very boring book. Sleaze armor. Take up hotfoot or cheerlead. Okay. What if I do stop stop hitting yourself? Because like, as we've just seen, that can hit very hard indeed. a whole +3 damage. No, actually, I want to focus on my elemental things. Why does I choose not to be cold give you hot armor, which is armor against hot damage? Makes no sense. So wait. Okay, our hot armor is much less than our sleeves armor, so we might as well focus on that. That's the wrong button. Books. Let's keep choosing not to be cold. Or, actually, do we want to do the active skills? Because it looks like they do top out because we can't do throwing balls anymore, so... Sure. No, wait, that's no gain. Stop hitting yourself. You read the book again and learn even more about reading the book again. You look at the front page to see if the author's written anything else, but this inquiry causes the book to vanish up its own binding. Relatable. And now I think that's as much as we only have 58 left, which we might be able to use for one of the armor skills, or one of the other upgradable ones. Hunt, 100 XP. Meaty expertise. Sure, more money. In one section, you glean a method for collecting interest on loans from people you've not lent meat to. The accounting is complicated, but the results speak for themselves. Yep, that's capitalist accounting. Okay, so that's another one that seems just constantly upgradable, which is nice. And bugs. What glittering prize has lured these rubbernecking stink bugs and bees to this gloomy ruin? Let's holler at them. I'm assuming there's a reference being made here. Beat it, bugs! All peaceful efforts have failed. Battle stations. Yep. That's a lot of bugs. Good thing we can just automatically debuff them all. That's a lot of poison. Okay, they don't have a huge amount of HP. I don't actually think free-for-all makes sense here. We can just be killing them with balls. Because 14 is the sweet spot for that. And these both have 22. Just stop hitting yourself would do 10 to them. So, yeah, if we hit one with balls, and we just murder the other one. You ever kill an entire swarm of bugs with a hammer? Normally it takes longer than this. Chasing bugs, abandon the trunk for new adventures. Swamp honey! Oh no, Gus is back. Good luck to all bugs. Again, I feel like a reference is being made with some of these phrasings. What was it in here that so intrigued those bugs? A little bit of meat, and, well, will you look at that? Oh god, we've got to keep the trend of arguing with the narrator whenever possible, right? Nobody tells me what to look at. Oh, we just don't. Boring trunk anyway. Oh, there might well have been good loot in there, but sometimes you just got to commit to the bit, you know? Hi, Steppy over here. Let's go in the boat. The rungs of a ladder are carved directly into the hull. Counting the rungs is an accurate means of determining the age of the boat. Is this not true? What's this banner? Some time of your life. Okay, are we going low S May? Somebody's talking through the speakers. Sailor can dream of no greater horror than the smushed prow. Speaker, faulty, still broadcasts, but the transmission is unintelligible. It's not that easy. The fuse inside the speaker's casing has succumbed to swamp necrosis. That's a real issue for these wooden riverboats, especially when they crash into swamp. That makes sense. Anyway, we have fuses. You discard the necrotic fuse and swap in a new one. With the replacement fuse snug in its new bed, the transmission of which you had caught only garbled fragments now makes itself clear. And be that it. Have ye finally fixed that infernal machine? Will ye nod once, if you can hear me? Nod. Praise be to the seas and the creatures in these. Fine work, landlubber. Do you mind if I call you landlubber? Yes. Yes, you'd be fine with me calling you that? No. And landwoman it must be then, till we can make the proper introductions. Speaking of which, this is Captain Dan of the riverboat Longfellow. It gives me no pleasure to report that my vessel has run aground here in this fiendish and soggy fen I call Davy Swamp's Locker. We few survivors be trapped up in the wheelhouse. What's going on? What happened here? You shrug, in a very general way. Yeah, there's only so much communication we can do here. Wondering about all this, are ye? Well, the Longfellow is a pleasure paddler. We paddle the east coast and show the passengers the time of their lives. This last sail at the sparkling black cloud, otherworldly it was, hurled us off course and into this violent bog. Let the paddle fast turned to pain paddle, as our vessel were overrun by creatures and nasty. Only 5 souls and mine remain of the voyage, trapped up here in the wheelhouse for how long only the boat gods know. None of you have a calendar. I explain you are hoping to find a lot of meat here. How are we going to do this through interpretive shrugging? Through mime, you indicate your expectation of finding a fat stack of meat somewhere in this riverboat. Sure. Never was one for charades, landwoman. But if I'm understanding you correctly, the answer is no. The jellyfish will not have sex before marriage. Yeah, nothing for it. You'll have to press on. Or not, you know. Pull this right now and go do something else. Grad school. Oh, there's an idea. Don't, game. Okay, so where's the wheelhouse? You make the shapes of a wheel, and then a house with your hands, and then shrug. Know ye the parts of a boat, landwoman? Well, obviously not, otherwise you wouldn't still be calling me landwoman. 2 levels above ye be the main deck, and there you'll find the captain and his wheel. Not on a boat, maybe higher than the captain. Cool, how do you know where I am? Glance around the boat for any sign of the captain. You're wondering how I know you're aboard, landwoman. I have me bendy telescope to thank. Not much for us to do, trapped up in the wheelhouse. Hold the bendy telescope and look through the bendy telescope. Cool, can we help? You mind the handing out of mail and packages? Yeah, that's what you do. You're a helpful person. Also, it'll probably turn out we used to work here. You didn't ask for this, I know, and you must feel like the unluckiest landwoman in the world. There be 5 innocent souls in the wheelhouse with me, blocked by broken pipes spewing scalding hot steam. Will you help us? Sure. You solemnly commit yourself to the task. I ask that ye enter that most private of both parts, the hull, where the wildlife has done defilement most foul to our steam pipes. Funny be it not that the same steam that gave life to this boat also took it from most of the passengers. Think we are only beginning to understand the nature and whims of steam. Happy a mystery for another day. Okay, if you're only just beginning to understand the nature and whims of steam, yeah, you have been here a while. Not again. Code to the hull be the birthday of the Longfellow, January 4th, 1845. There'll be a caption. I aren't talking about what we used to haul up Friday lunch, crabs and stuff. We don't use standard or international date formats on our locks. Wouldn't be caught dead doing that. No, we use maritime basic. Year, month, day. What? You'll figure it out, landwoman, I'm sure. Okay, say it again. Make yourself look confused. Need the code again, there'll be no shame in that. January 4th, 1845 be the code, but remember, use the maritime basic date format here. Year, month, day. So that's 1845, 4141. No, 1414. You hate that date format so much? Same hat. The refreshments cart has been scavenged of all nourishment. Words. Save a paper menu, which you should not eat. I'm amazed I don't have a prompt to eat it immediately. Browse. Fine luncheon aboard the Riverboat Longfellow. Friday, June 3rd, 1927. Okay, you've not been here that long. Hors d'oeuvre, saffron crab on a cracker. Soup, crab on a cracker. Egg, seasoned crab eggs. Fish, crab under napkin. Poultry, chicken a la crab. Salad, leaf dressed crab. Dressed? Leaf dressed crab with salad. Dessert, crab cream. Cheese, crab cream. Cool, now we eat the menu. Not even the distressed passengers of the doomed Longfellow resorted to that. Yeah, but we will. The wrecking of a ship exerts a dreadful psychological toll on all those poor souls trapped aboard, and none can understand their especial torment except by experiencing it. You've come pretty close, you think, by wandering on board well after the fact and munching on a menu. Yeah, there's many things wrong with us. Okay, so we can't get up the stairs because there's steam. Here's the paddle. Ooh. A great wooden wheel in the final stage of wheel death. Also a real phenomenon. Upon its spokes you can make out a message scrawled in blood or red mud. What does it say? Dan. Dan. We are all broke on thine wheel. I feel like there's many references here I'm not catching. Which is, you know, surprising for me. And the door is marked by a combination lock and the desperate scratches of a beast unable to operate the combination lock. Well, let's see if we are a better class of beast. 6 spaces. Okay, so it'll be, it's year, month, day. Oh, okay, so that's the digits, not the full numbers. So year means we start 45. Month, day. So month and day are 01 and 04, so leave those both as zeros. 1, 4. Yeah. Yeah, no, that's awful. That did it. Released from the door, the lock dissolves into swamp spores and floats away on the swamp breeze. You know, like happens to things in swamps. Let's go down and see what horrors wait for us. Oh, just shadow holes. Okay, we can deal with that. Wait, I just saw a thing here that wasn't just a ladder, right? Yeah. A large crate labelled Inflatable Water Slide. There's a handwritten message scratched into the wood. Don't tell the guests about the water slide. I don't care if they're expecting the time of their lives. 5 hours of pain and suffering to put it together, and they only use it once. Like, that's another message. Going to die on this boat. I mean, we're all going to die on a boat eventually. A lone needle governs this gauge. Its machinations its own. Cool. Can we machinate it? The gauge has no controls. Nothing that can be used. Can we use violence? Did that help? Hit it again. Hit it. Hit it again. Okay, yeah, violence doesn't seem to be helping. There's a shadow hole here. Stick your hand in it. Shadow rope. Lasso and confound an enemy. Okay. Well, here's more bugs. Let's kill them. Yes. Poison. You're all going to die. We all die on a boat eventually, but for some of us, who are bugs, it comes a lot sooner than for others. Unless a person might have worked out where that sentence was going before she started. But here I sit. You also have 14 HP. That sounds like an excellent balls. And you have more than that, so kill with hammer. Problem solved. The bugs bug out of being alive. Well, we killed them all. Laundry facilities, including this hand-operated washing machine, are kept well below deck. Guess I don't want to see how the sausage is washed. Yeah, that's a mangle right there. Search it. Tiara? In a washing machine? Chaos truly did befall this voyage. It's an unglorious tiara, fit for a disgraced queen. 1 physical armor. This feels like something we might be able to upgrade. Must belong to the ship's cabinet boy. A very real position. Classic pair of deckhand's pants. What a deckhand wears on their deck legs. You can't wear them because you have regular legs. That's fair. You wonder if somewhere there's a deckhand running around without their pants, but given the state of this boat, it's far more likely that they're dead. Right side question mark? A note is taped up inside the cabinet. A sailor's Poseidons and Poseidons. God, I hate that. Poseidu. Remember your date format. Standard, month, day, year. Local, month, day, year, month. Radio, year, month, day, month, year. Maritime basic, year, month, day. Maritime plus, maritime basic, reversed. Maritime minus, date, month, year, month. And deckhand basic, day, year, month. So you hated the maritime basic so much, many of these are worse. And there's a second page, maritime humour. We must read this. What's a pirate's best part of the boat? The starboard. What's a sailor's favourite joke? Land. That one I don't get. Now, we could eat the note. I feel like we might need this information. However, I am willing to commit to the bit. But first, I am going to quickly take a photo of my screen. Is this cheating? Who can say? Me, I can say, and I say no. Eating the note is a big Poseidon. Oh, we can't eat this note. Boo. 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 Anything up here? No? Okay. Well, hopefully violence helped the Steam situation. Ah, yes, it moved the Steam situation slightly, brain boat directions 4 of where it was. The path up is steamless. A confession, friend. Rarely would I put me trust in a landwoman, but to come this far, you've proved you have the true heart of a sailor. Yeah, I keep it in a jar. Once again, I can't hear ye, friend. I hope you weren't joking around about keeping the heart of a sailor in a jar or something similar. Captain Dan likes a laugh as much as any shippy. There's something no man or beast should e'er joke over. And that's sailor death. I think we can all agree on this. Much as I want to just reflexively be argumentative in this game, not getting to joke about dead sailors is the highest form of censorship is a bit too alt-right even for me. Jimbo can apologise occasionally. Pardon me, Captain. But I'm afraid of I'm afraid I must tell you that we have a new problem. We may have dealt with the steam pipes, but now we'll be locked in the wheelhouse. Expect you'll find the door key in the crow's nest. You know how crows be. I don't know anything about crows. You stand stock still in corvid ignorance. How do you mime corvid ignorance? Now please, hurry. Some of the passengers in here be getting hungry, and I don't mean for a nibble on the bendy telescope. Make your own jokes. That is what they're calling it now. Hydrate and stretch, you make an excellent point, especially listening to that noise my spine just made. Leaving unattended bags on deck. Now, is that a Poseidon or a Poseidon? I mean, it feels like a Poseidon to me. Indeed it is. Make a sailor of you yet, landwoman. Okay, but searching is a pretty big do, right? Find a naval battery. It's not what that means, but sure. And we can't do anything else with the bag. Sure. That is a large crow. Hello, large crow. This dirty bag dishonours the deck. Nothing of value, only a scrap of a handwritten letter, the rest of the paper having succumbed to swamp atrophy. Also, very much a thing. But having said that, Martha, the boat's taken a sharp and sickening turn into a black and shimmering tear in the sky itself, and I fear we're heading for land with unsafe speed. Grateful if you could call your father and rescue me from this impending unpleasantness. I'll get this letter away to you promptly. I'm sure the swamps have mailboxes. Sure, let's go with that. Why, it's an unopened bag. A blank canvas, a fresh sheet of snow, a beautiful morning. Endless possibility. Cool, let's collapse those possibilities. Oh, it's just a couple of me. Probably in some alternate universe the bag was filled with fabulous treasure. The handwritten sign on the barrel reads Bosun C.C. David, or possibly David, like French. Brackish soup burbles in the bottom of the barrel, the remains of the David. Okay, it's definitely David, otherwise that pun wouldn't work. Grim and foul-smelling. Well, we have enough stench armor to just rob it. There's little solid left in the liquidated bosun, gross, but this crisp cap has kept its shape. For cold armor... Tucked in its brim is a soggy telegram which slips from the hat into the goop. Telegram reads, Mr. H. Longfellow, Longfellow Riverboat. Okay, Longfellow Riverboat Company, stop. Hope you're well, stop. Requesting permission to mutiny, stop. Captain ordering ship into storm, stop. There's passengers will love it, stop. Crew plans to mutiny anyway, just hope you not be mad with us, stop. There's more to this story. 3 outhouses, all alike in dignity, i.e. below average. A note on the side of the structure says the standard combination doesn't work. Did Deckhand Pat lock these up again? Okay, so it'll be a different date format. Deckhand Pat. I'm just going to look at the photo I took. Even if it is still there if I go downstairs, I may as well just look at it. Ah, there we go. Deckhand Basic. So it's still January 4th, 45. Oh. You don't need to use an outhouse right now, which is fortunate, as the 2 unlocked doors contain not toilets, but rat skeletons. Great. The 3rd door's locked. Oh, but we are smart enough to just look at it. You run your hands lightly across the roof and can make out a carpenter's mark. VH. Either that stands for Valley Hardware or Versatile Hog. If you haven't met the Versatile Hog yet, you don't want any part of that. You don't want any part of that at all. Make your own jokes. Anyway, like a 2-legged spider, this lock has 6 spaces. Wow. Okay, so it's... The year is 45, the month is 01, the day is 04, and this goes day, year, month, day, year, month. Christ. So day and month both start with a 0, year starts with a 4. The day is the 4th. There we go. The lock slips from the door, shattering upon the deck into 1,000 tiny pieces. Inside the stall is a ruined toilet, which is no surprise. But on the back of the door is something quite unexpected. More time shenanigans? Sure. You step from the outhouse into a beautiful day. The sky is blue and bright, the glistening deck freshly swabbed, and the passengers hale, hearty, and freshly swabbed. You exist in a moment of joy, a frozen tear on a warm cheek. Cool beans. Hello. I have a maggot on my head. I've never met Mr. Longfellow. Perhaps he is too long to meet. Who can say? He does sound like a very long fellow. Pencil in hand, the passenger muses over his missive. Well, I think I know what he's writing, but sure. It's a letter, in progress. Well, let's be nosy. Oh, Martha, I was never fit to be a husband so long as my mind was cursed to generate my great ideas. For example, if we twist the cow differently, might we produce not milk but cheese? I must be free of our marriage if I am to pursue this notion. I trust this clears up why I dove out of the car so suddenly. Don't go twisting the cow differently. That is also what we call it these days. If I don't see a whale on this cruise, I will simply throw up. Maybe don't. A deckhand stands where that crow was, or rather, will? Hello. Afraid there's no access to the promenade right now. The stewards are tastefully arranging lunch, and the slightest disturbance could throw off the tastefulness. Do you transform into a crow in the future? Is that on your plan? Hope not. Left my crow phase behind in my 20s, like any lad. What do you think of the captain? Captain's disciplined all right and no mistake. I like to joke that Dan stands for disciplined and no mistake. That's a joke you like to make. Correcto. Anyway, I think the boat's going to crash. Sea travel is perfectly safe, but I assure you, statistically it's more dangerous to ride a motorcycle into the ocean. Yes. True. And yet... No, you have to stop the boat. Stop the boat. Captain, we're near of it. Took this charter to show all his guests the time of their lives, and that's just what it means to do. Well, bye. Good cruise to you. Fine day for a crab lunch, huh? Ooh, there's this tiara. Can I talk to anybody here? I have a much longer boat than this at home. Then why are you not cruising on that? Hello, tiara person. That crown? Jesus Christ, I can't speak English today. That crown sparkles like the well-brushed tooth of an ice troll. That common simile. Hello. Fine cruise, ma'am. Who are you? Who am I? I am multitudes, ma'am. To one I am one thing, to another another. To some I am a riverboat passenger, to others a countess of the city of clocks. Well, nice crown. Tiara. Where'd you get it? It was gifted to me by a scientist that sacrificed his heart for a city that has stopped breathing. What city is that? It is dead and buried. Let it remain thus. Seems interesting. Indeed, I bear many curses. Don't we all? Also, can I have the tiara? I'm sure you can possess it, but I do not believe it can ever be had by anyone. How much? It has a price, yes. 100 meters. Wait, cash? That's more straightforward than I expected. I do not tell you what I want, but I tell you what the price is. We might do that in a second. Anyway, look at its future displaced twin. What do you make of this? She barely glances at the tarnished double of her glorious crown. I have looked upon my bones before, and I expect I shall again. Oh. Okay. This boat's gonna crash, BT Dubs. Yes. I think you should not be here when it does. She's not looked at you once this whole time. This is a perfectly normal human woman. Anyway, I'll buy the tiara. We've got a glorious tiara. Mysticality and moxie and physical armor. That sounds better than my maggot, thank God. He abdicates the tiara without ceremony. It is the purchase by you of a city from its finer countess. But it's actually just a crown, right? He turns in silence to face the way. Fine cruise to you. Bye. Because yeah, the minute we're running the maggot, which is +1 to everything, we'd be switching out a muscle for a physical armor, and for not having a maggot on our heads. And I think we will, because of that latter benefit. Okay, so there doesn't seem to be... The crowd here is too excited about the stairs to let you through. Stairs on a boat, they're cool. You don't hear the captain, only sea jazz. We're so sparkly. I have a way to get past you. That's just the same thing. Was this just to get the tiara, this time portal? I guess. Inside the outhouse is something both wonderful and strange. I've been told that before. The dazzling tiara on your noggin reflects in the crow's dreadful eyes. With great agitation, he flaps his giant wings and leaps off the deck right at you. Like a king's sickly second cousin, he wants the crown. He's going to take a shot. I feel like luring the crow through the time door would be a bad idea. We've got into stupid fights before. Let's just solve this problem with violence. Like we do many of our problems. You've got quite a lot of HP, but you are but one crow. So why don't you stop hitting yourself? No, but seriously, stop hitting yourself. Problem solved. That skill seems very good. This deck is now a no-crow zone. Got a jaunty feather. Excelsior. And we get to keep our shiny, shiny hat. Okay, the Countess of the City of Clocks has not, like, materialized again. These stairs lead to the top deck, where normally only those passengers who've lived a virtuous life can ascend. You could be confusing it with, say, heaven? Okay, another crow. The bush and bramble of the crow's nest have claimed the boat's rear end. You always hear about the crow's nest on a boat. That and the crow's hole. I've heard about that less. Well, let's reach into the crow's hole. We got crow bullion, and it attracted another crow. Bar of gold engraved with the head of a stately crow. Crows use this for money. Just sell it. Crow currency. Still using the gold standard, bless their hearts. While your government is fast moving to a fiat meat system. Okay, but what's in this crow hole? Okay, so the more of these we bother, the more crows we have to fight. But luckily, we've shown we can just absolutely punk the crows. Makes you longer. A ring to promote, in conjunction with regular exercise and a balanced diet, the longening of a fellow. Well, more crow hole. The wheelhouse key, there we go. Not the shiniest key you've ever seen, but by a crow standards, it's alright. Okay, so we have achieved maximum crow. I want to see what happens when we equip the Longfellow ring. Yep, we're longer. That'll probably turn out to be like a puzzle solution at some point. But we use our Murder with Balls ring, because it works. Alright, let's go. The giant and ghoulish crow asserts unchallenged dominion over the boat's top deck, and he rules not through love, but fear. What is scarier than a crow? Me. What's that? A human? Outscare a crow? You'd figure a way to do it, then let the rest of us know, would you? For you'd be the first in the history of the world. Turn our eyes, terrifying. That's very loud. The crow pales like a dauphin at the guillotine and scurries as fast as its giant wings can flap. Long. You're very loud. Scared to death. One crow scared off, but two? Not even an actual scarecrow can manage that. Honk, a sound that makes all music sour. A skill I totally have. Crow's dark feathers run white, and with the last vestiges of his strength he abandons the deck and communal nest. Cool. Ooh, strange marks mar the tiny table's surface. Faint impressions of words are left in the wood, as if someone wrote a letter at this table without first putting something beneath the paper, which is very rude to do if the table's not yours. Or you just don't press so hard, guys, come on. What does it say? And though the new and very serious captain has not even met us yet, he's already made a big stink about my having one beer while we were on charter. I have half a mind to jump ship and take this little table with me because I own it, and so it's fine for me to write here without anything between the paper and surface. Well, that's us told. Narrator. This one looks pretty clever, but the first crow was the deepest. Puns! Let's shatter your mind. Word of a tricksy crow frightener is spreading fast along the boat because I was right there. Soon the myth itself will evolve its own life and thought. I recently watched Paranoia Agent. It takes 17 muscles to smile. Use 100. Sure? The crow staggers overboard, grasping at his last scraps of sanity like a sudden tear in a bathing suit. Power of yours is one to be used responsibly. No, it's not. crows in a 5-way tie for the biggest bird you've ever seen. Frighten you too. The whole swamp is now fertilized, and it hatches with whisperings of the woman who gobbles up the courage of crows like so much country stew. So mythic is this figure, no one would believe that you were mortal as she, unless you show them. I'm sorry, these options. Open the third eye in your bicep. Actions, not words. Flex your tongue with malice. Or let your eyes do the talking. Open your eye mouth. Okay. I mean, third eye in our bicep sounds great. The first farmer to stick a scarecrow in his wheat fields was never really satisfied with his creation. Sure, it worked, but it didn't look like what is seen in his mind. The thing he saw those thousands of years ago was you, in this moment. You were the scarecrow. You've always been the scarecrow. I know normally I argue with the narrator, but this is great. Yes! Okay, no consequence. No marks on this table surface. If anyone used this to write, they put something underneath the paper, which is commendable etiquette, but not helpful to your reconstruction of the historical record. That's true. Amount for binoculars, though. With the binoculars missing, the opportunities for sightseeing are minimal. Also, you're in a swamp. Let's look through the mount. A few feet out from the riverboat's carcass, a frog is fighting off a heron with a whip. Rarely are you afforded such a close-up view of nature. That sounds dope. I thought that was something down there. Broken barrel. There's a skeleton hiding out in the apple barrel, bobbing along with a few apple skeletons. And yes, you were saying, be that ye, landwoman, hallelujah. Can't see you, though. The wheelhouse, the wheel door is around the corner. Sure. At last, the wheelhouse. Your compass is going wild. The money must be inside. Oh yeah, we had a compass that leads you to what you want. Because we blessed it on the altar of Mudhenge. You know, totally normal things. Knock on door. Crow's got the key, landwoman. Had spare an air. We ate it one day to stave off cannibalism. I thought that said capitalism. But I have the key. Click back. The wheelhouse key has come. Wheel home. Sure. Captain Dan, you're looking far more marionette than I expected. The creaks reach your ears before the creaker your eyes. Suspended from the ceiling, this boxy thing given motion lurches left, right, and down, straining at the springs grafted to its back. There's no ship's captain. No passengers. No meat. This automaton, this creature is the only living thing in the wheelhouse, if you all that living. What are you? A landwoman in me wheelhouse. 'Tis the day most dreaded by every sailor. A worse fate even than a chomping by the chitinous beak of frightful Scylla. I can only guess that the boat's being on land has imbued ye with extra powers, allowing ye to make it this far. Honestly, it wasn't that difficult. Land powers, as I say. Was I not supposed to come here? I'm afraid you've been a passenger on me riverboat. Good pun. Weren't me that needed saving from the steam, the crows, and the bugs, but ye that needed killing by them. Seems harsh. A machine I be, landwoman, made to follow instructions. The instructions were to captain this riverboat and show all those aboard the time of their lives. The time of their lives, you see. Time meaning beginning, middle, and end. To fulfill me task to its letters, I had no choice but to ram the riverboat into a monstrous swamp and terminate every living soul aboard. And this is why you program your AI well. Alright, some questions. Water away. That's how we say fire away at sea. Any chance you've got a huge amount of meat stashed here? Meat. I have no use for it. Wonder why Mudhenge sent me here then. Mudhenge? You been thinking of Stonehenge, landwoman? No. Your logic's a little questionable. Whispering land lies, la. What you believe to be faulty reasoning is mere misfires in your rotten brain. Me, a perfectly correct creature of logic, and a model sailor to boot. What I have done as captain be not just logical, but very, very good and smart. You know you've misinterpreted that phrase. Misinterpret. The only miss I know, landwoman, is the powerful mistress we sailors call the ocean. I be a sailor, you know. Yeah, but if you were a sailor, you'd know your Poseidoos and Poseidons. Aye, what of it? I hardly need a lecture on me Poseidoos from a land leech. Killing your passengers and crew is, to me, a big Poseidon. Captain Dan dangles uncomfortably from his rod grafts. Even I, a landwoman, know that. Captain Dan's wooden noggin starts to spin like an owl on a merry-go-round. Every Asimov short story. Do you know less about the sea than a landwoman? Captain Dan's limbs spin and spin, threatening to overheat until, instead, he whimpers into non-existent. He feared you the most, Jimberton, always did. For all his faults of logic, he fancied himself a sailor to his wooden bones, and is a tenet of nautical prophecy that the only thing that can kill a sailor is a woman from the land. Is it? Anyway, let's have a look around. Wasn't all a lie, though. The bendy telescope was real. Does muscle plus 5 physical? Sure. Your enemies will never see it coming, getting knocked on the noggin with a bendy telescope. Even if they had access to their own bendy telescope. You leave Dan shattered into wormwood food. Woodworm food, surely. His anchor lay in an automaton hell. No longer shall he menace land or sea, and this little patch of swampland is safe once again. Not especially desirable to visit or live in. Now do I continue the joke or lay claim to the boat? I think we need a boat. My river now, buddy boy. Okay, no consequence there, sure. Your compass needle oscillates violently in the presence of this console. Turn it off. Just like that, the needle reverts to its normal function, pointing west. There was never any meat here, just some electrical interference confusing your compass? It's never happened at Stonehenge. The wheel was made of plastic. The boat must have been controlled via Captain Dan's central wooden nervous system, a thing that exists. Take the wheel. I assume you mean take it with you, not take control of the ship. Sure, let's go with that. A traditional wooden ship's wheel in a non-traditional location. Your pocket. That's a generic item, I guess. The ship's radio still broadcasts, though only to an empty and derelict riverboat. Swear into it. Despite the radio's limited broadcasting area, the filthy and unprintable words from your mouth blast a horrible smell across the country. And at this exact moment, many miles away, a creature's eyes snap open for the first time. The Federal Radio Commission has been born. Oh no, what have we wrought? You're banned from using the radio. Yeah, that's fair. Sea captain can only survive so long on land. Oh, but can we take the hat? I want the hat. Captain Dan, give hat. Okay. Oh look, it's the hunk of junk that spoiled your visit to Mudhenge. You mean I can't take his hat? I am disappointed. Was that everything? I guess that was everything. Wonder if anything's changed if we go back to the time displaced period. Is the Countess still there? Anything you'd say now that we have become just the Countess of the City of Clocks, Sans crown? Sure. Yeah, looks like this crown was the real prize here. Well, now I'm going to say good riddance. Oh yes, and we decided not to look in that trunk because, you know, narrator. And now we can just leave. Oh, and we can go back here. Nice. Love that for me. Okay, so the only places here we haven't been are the Gator Man areas. What else do we have on our to-do list? So, main quest is find Charles. Side quests, go back to Rufus. Bring some cheese to the rat in the steam tunnels, which I don't think we have any yet. Find a still to dry out wet plane fuel, a collection of words that means something. Turn to the kid by the bookcase in the monster shack and give him the honey-ache fingernail. Do the same one for the moss from Mossman. And we need to hunt down a smell of the wisp, that's why we've got this bench armor mask on. And deliver the Barbary Yagra feather and the Chupin Ranhan nostril. And the chest hair from the fly manfly, and also go back to Jen's at Truncheons and Bludgeons to say we fought a fly. There's a lot going on here. For now, let's do the ones that aren't in the swamp. So, bus to... Let's go and talk to... Ah, yes, also, we found the professor again. Hello. Why I have not been so entertained since the development of infinitesimal calculus. How'd you find me? Well, after you vanished through that portal, I simply wandered around until I located you again. Fortunate that I guessed correctly. Yeah, no kidding. Cool, good talk. Hello, Jens. We heard fly. Since we last spoke, Jens, I heard a fly. No kidding. And how was it for you there? I'm not proud of it. Ah. Yeah, it's not really a funny story. Here, why don't you take this? The best laugh I've had all day. Used to kill flies with this myself before the government there stepped in. Ice axe does cold damage, but not a huge amount. Cheers, I guess. Also, what shopping stuff do we have? We can buy more ice axes. A shillelagh, a William club. Nothing as good as what we've got. Ah, but we do have 1,000 meats worth of silver bars, so enjoy those. What else do we have that's just sell it? Pro-William. Lovely. Oh yeah, and we got a gear because we got this great sword. That was a thing that happened to us. Triple crowbar, which we're keeping for the bit. This marble is to be sold. You don't need 2 shovels. Can't remember which of these do things. Nah. You can't wear the deckhand pants. I wonder if we could if we made ourselves longer. We'll find out. No. Don't need 2 mob pistols. Probably don't need 1 mob pistol, but here we are. Ba, 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 ba. Fish that. Teeth. Anything else worth selling? I mean, we're already down to the things that give me 10 meat, so we're very much testing the boundaries of the concept of worth selling. The unglorious tiara I feel we should get rid of just to stop this time paradox. And the history of Mudhenge was a good joke, and I'm not going to pass that up for 1 meat, I guess. Who might be able to sell us sharpening equipment? Not you. Hardware store seems like a good idea. Or not. Anything interesting at the jewelers? Mysticality and Moxie off an accessory seems like it might be handy for, like, the test your everything stuff. Ooh. Can we look up when the boat was made? Haha! We can. Every time a date is mentioned, it's probably going to be in here. Huh? That's something about that riverboat in the swamp. Today, a new charter riverboat, the Longfellow, was announced. Those possessed of sufficient endowment to charter the vessel are guaranteed the time of their lives, according to the boat's owner, Mr. Henry Longfellow, damn it, who is the younger and longer brother of poet Henry Wadsworth Longfellow. At the riverboat's champagne christening on the Crystal Dream River, one reporter was heard to joke, "Is there a longest fellow?" To which Mr. Longfellow replied somberly, "No, that is a myth." Cool. Hey, we got XP off it. How much XP we on now? 124. This is racking up quickly as we're running out of things to use it for. Yeah, I'd quite like to upgrade the ones that get rid of a book. Let's do tape up, actually. That might be useful. You read the book again, really internalizing the dangerously uninformed medical advice. You donate the book to a local hospital, the staff of which immediately destroys it. That leaves us with 73 HP. That's 75. That's 100. 75. And then the rest are just the naturally... Oh, well, this might not be. Finish the psychography of panhandling? There we go. You study the book until you've memorized a bunch of techniques for getting people to relinquish additional meat. Expert panhandlery. Lovely. You drop the book in one of SIT's pneumatic book return chutes, so it can be of some use to the next prospective hobo. But rising balance lifts all ledgers. That's the phrase. Okay. On that note, before we go and talk to Rufus, I guess, we need to take a short break. I'm gonna run some ads while I go and do the self-care things. You should do the self-care things too. Get up, move around, have a drink, have a snack, take your meds if you need to. That's a reminder. And yeah, go and rob a bird, I guess. Or don't, I'm not your mum. But hey, whatever you do, let the ads run, and I will be back in a few minutes with more of this. Alright, I love you all. See you in a few. And we're back. Hello, everyone. Right, where were we going? Oh, yeah, back to see Rufus. Oh, yeah, that's just telling us that we have that extra plus 25 meat drops that we just got. Honestly, I'm pay attention. Bus to SIT. To Rufus's lab. An SIT student wearing a bulky overcoat flags you down as you're crossing the street. Honig! Hello? Do you find yourself in need of a fuse this fine day? I mean, why is yes a lie? Even if I already have fuses. I think you're always in need of at least another fuse. Yes? You start to lie to the guy, but when you open your mouth, a fuse falls out. He narrows his eyes at you and walks away. It's an esoteric curse, but sure. We continue. Hello again, Rufus. Also, do we have cheese while we're here? Is any of this cheese? Nope. Hello? Oh, hello again. Here's your thing. Here's your receiver thingy. I hope we got enough clicks and bloops for you. I'll give you a ring when I've finished doing the math. You also give me a ring now? Oh, sure. I must have one around here somewhere. A mood ring. The kind of mood rings you're thinking of haven't been invented yet, and you're not sure how that makes you feel. Probably it makes you feel a different way every time you walk into a new room. Constantly changes your mood, which we wouldn't be able to see because we have a handkerchief over our face. I love it. Thanks, Rufus. Okay, so I imagine we will get a message from him when we... probably in the next chapter. know what's up with my nose at the minute. I say that, it's hay fever season. Something's always up with my nose. Alright, back to the swamp, I guess. We're ticking things off this list. I'll hand in the cryptids once I've got all of them, so let's just do some walking and see what happens on the way. Let's go to the Gatorman village. Actually, we should do the hamlet first. We still don't have enough stench armor, really? Follow at safe distance. 3 Gatormen. Oh, let's just do violence. What is that icon? Shielded. The next time this character takes damage, it will be ignored. Okay. We probably don't want to kill the Smell-o-the-Wisp. Or maybe we do. I don't know. Let's kill everything else first. Can't take more than 1 physical damage at a time. Hate that. Also, you have a lot of HP. Okay, let's free for all. Just to get rid of that shield. You're on 21, you're on 25. This is for 22, so that's you done. Balls twice will take you out. Not you, so yeah. Gatorman Weed Lord, your time has come, courtesy of Ball. And Maya Chef, courtesy of Hammer. Bonk. Bunch of damage there. Scream Mouth get poisoned for 14. That's a lot. You'll buff everyone, but also on your next turn you will just straight die. So I guess now we're just down to you. But I don't know if killing it is what we want to do here. Maybe we do. Let's noogie it to death. Okay. Oh, right. The 6 was after doubling. Sure. Oh, let's just kill you. Not bother to wait for you to die of poison. Okay. Yeah. No, we do still need to kill this. Well, let's kill it with poison. Problem solved. Immune to poison. Yeah. Sure does say that. What are you on? 2 HP? Can't take more than 1 physical at a time? Well, here, have 2 physical. It always comes back to Ball. You won! You snag a clump of what's left of the Smell-o-the-Wisp to take back to the clubhouse. A stinky Esther. And some nasty pastry. Wouldn't feed this to a dog. Though you would throw it at a dog if the dog was clearly a threat. 15% damage. Neat. We should probably do Hamlet, then Village, then Fortress, thinking about it. But now we've got all the cryptids, so let's head back to the Monster Shack. Quite embarrassed, gentleman, waist deep in swamp muck, gives you a wave. Need to be stuck, he says. But I'm not too proud to ask for help. Unfortunately, you're too weak to give it. How do we not have 8 muscle? Come on. I blame this Gears. Hello everyone, I found your cryptids. I don't remember your voices. Let's go. No, you were right. The honey ape's totally a real thing. Oh my gosh, really? I knew it. Here's your tracing back, and that fingernail you wanted. Wow. Huh. Something wrong? I guess I'm just torn between excitement, vindication, and the fact that this is a much grislier object than I realized it was gonna be. Oh, don't worry about it. Honey ape will be fine. I had 9 more. Kid pulls out a sash, pins a badge in it, and hands it to you. As thanks, here's an official Monster Squad sash and your first Monster Squad badge. Ah, this is gonna level up. Neat. Thanks. And you? Moss Kid? Not the Moss Man you were talking about. See, I told you he's real. Yeah, he's a pretty decent guy, actually. He gave me his mustache. Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Thank you. You're welcome. Kid happily sticks the mustache to his upper lip. Have a look. Mossy? This is the best day of my life. Kid takes your sash, pins another badge to it, and hands it back to you. That's one muscle, one mysticality. Thanks. And you.
Hi, did you find the smell of the wisp?
Yeah, I sure did. Please, don't open the jar while I'm in the room.
That bad, huh? I wonder if it's gotten stronger since I met it. Well, anyway, thanks for your help.
You hand over the nose trumpet she lent you and the jar of foulness you collected. New badge. Now it has plus meat drops. Thanks. And you, Illuminati boy?
Hi, any luck getting a feather from Barbara Yagra?
You mean from one of her birds, right?
Right, yeah, she doesn't have feathers herself, we established that.
Good. Just checking. Well, here you go.
Wow, thanks, lady. What was she like?
She was actually pretty nice. New badge. One additional combat item per round. That's exciting. Break the rules of the game. Fly girl.
Hi, did you meet the fly man? Did you get,
Yeah, I got it. Here.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm gonna put it in this little silver locket and treasure it forever. What's he like? Was his experiment a success?
Go. It was awful. Anyway, I have a set. I have another badge. Now it gives us Moxie. Thanks. And engineer kid. Hey, I caught that trooping around how you were after. Looked pretty fierce, but the trap did the job. Wow, that's great. Now we have real proof for why there aren't any oranges in the swamp. Ugh. Anyway, here's its nostril. Neat. I'll wear it as a ring. Okay. Anyway, don't go near that part of the swamp for a while. It was real mad. Now the badge gives us plus max HP. Thanks. And now will Boris accept our love? Boris says that you must know you're an outsider. How are we an outsider? We did all your side quests. Enjoying that fingernail?
Oh, it's not about the fingernail itself. It's more about the good feelings that come from knowing you were right all along and everyone who doubted you was a fool.
I see. Enjoying that?
Oh, yes, very much so.
Nice. Was Illuminati getting charged? Enjoying that feather?
Yeah, it's real neat. I'm still trying to work up the courage to go visit her myself, though.
Just take a couple of the other kids with you.
Nah. None of us really share any interests except in the broadly categorical sense.
Okay. This is the Vampire Nest book. This just generates fantasy titles. Were you in charge? How's the trap making going? I think I'm done with traps for now. I'm working on inventing the electric razor. You old enough to shave? No, but that just means I got plenty of time. Oh wait, what if I just put the sash on? I'm a fool. We'll lose the stench armor, but that's fine, because we were only doing it for these side quests anyway. It's us. You can see our face and everything for once. Boris. Yeah, Boris looks at your sash. Nods approvingly. Pet, Boris. Currently have Stilla's boon plus meat drops. Place Boris's boon plus spooky armor. Nice, we don't have many effects that do that. Give Boris a decisive petting. Yes, good. Cat unlocked. And many things ticked off our to-do list. What do we have left on our to-do list? Cheese and find a still for the wet plane fuel. Have we run into a still anywhere? Have we? I can't think of one. Yes? Great. Okay, that... Well, I guess that answered that question. Now to try and remember where the hell it would have been over this game I've been playing for the last several weeks. Was it at the Radio Shack? Was there a still there? Why do I think there was a still there? Briefly. Or alternatively, this would seem to be good. You briefly lose track of where you're going because all of these big wet trees look the same. Stumble across a ramshackle dwelling bearing the unmistakable aroma of illicit distillation. I mean, the last game we went and investigated a moonshiner's cabin, we ended up in an underground demon lab for a few streams, so let's see how that goes. This seems like a good place to find a still. So wait, are you saying we found a still somewhere else? Other than this moonshiner's shack? This rotten stump is crawling with worms, and the worms are crawling within it. Chaotic mess of animal tracks leading in all directions. Well examined. You identify several sets of tracks leading away from the cabin. Are these going to take us to other places? Correct, we did find some still somewhere else. Interesting. Follow the duck tracks, which leads you through a lengthy sequence of locations that are of zero interest to non-ducks. That's fair. The horse tracks? Follow the horse tracks to some water. You don't drink it. I mean, why would you? It's nasty swamp water. Cow tracks? Follow the cow prints to a big hole in the ground, next to which lie a pair of shoes with fake cow hooves nailed to the soles. Huh. Makes you clump around like a cow, looking forward to it. Human footprints? Follow the human footprints. They call to... they lead to even, let's call it an improvised latrine a few yards away from the cabin. You decline to investigate further. Cat tracks? Follow the cat tracks, but after a few minutes they lead you up a tree you're not willing to climb. Guess if I'm being honest, it's really a tree you're not capable of climbing. I was just trying to preserve your dignity. Wow, we're arguing with the narrator again and we're not even trying. And the badger tracks? Start following the badger tracks. But after a few minutes you realise that this course of action might culminate in you encountering an actual badger. So you change your mind. Terrifying animals, just absolutely the worst. Okay, never mind. I guess we got shoes, and that was the prize here. How do we walk now? We walk normally, but we leave cow tracks. Which is interesting, but I'm not convinced it's better than high stepping. See? Look at us, we're so jaunty. It's a ramshackle cabin, or maybe a ram cabin shack. I mean, ram cabinal, surely. Okay, still. This pot has been demoted from soup to chamber. Ugh. A couple of soggy bedrolls. It's full of ashes, but they're cold. Seems like nobody's been here for a while. Well, now Body is here, and I'm Body. Whoever was here last must have left in a hurry. There's still a poker game in progress. Well, let's poke around in it. Please clap. You draw cards until you beat all the hands that were left on the table, and then you collect your winnings. This is how the spoils of poker go. There's a spare car tire leaning against the wall here. The tread pattern on this tire identifies it as a Lincoln, which sounds like an impressive piece of deduction, but honestly the top hat and beard were a dead giveaway. A rusty old fire-powered still. You're pretty sure these aren't meant to be operated indoors. True. Hey, maybe you could use the thing to fix Rasmussen's fuel. Sure. Yeah. You light the fire and run the still for long enough to fix the fuel, but not quite long enough to cause your own death from smoke inhalation. This is as dry as fuel can get and still count as fuel. I guess we are drying it in that we are removing the water from it. But still. Anyway, we should probably leave this place. It's got a chimney. Why isn't it venting through that, honestly? Some people take terrible care of their shacks. Anyway, we've got your plain fuel. Chunk of oil shale, get some shellac. Hello, Rasmussen, I can't remember your voice. Hello again, Rhonda. Hi. I got your fuel cleaned up. No Shinola? If there was any in there, I think I got it out. Let's have a look. He opens the can, pours a little into a wine glass, and swirls it around while peering at it closely. Well, look at that. No legs at all. Oh, jeez, did I mess it up? No, that's a good thing. It means you got rid of all the water. Don't see any dirt in here either. Nice work. Now you've handled that little distillery by the lake. Oh yeah, so there is. Well, thanks. Wait, no, I thought I'd get to say the other thing afterwards. I guess you're all set then? Looks like it. Got my plane, my fuel, and my runway all sorted out. Thanks a ton. I couldn't have done it without you. You know you could have a career in aviation if you ever decide to give up. What do you do? I'd rather not attempt to explain it. Gotcha, I've had jobs like that. Well, I haven't got any meat on hand to pay you for your time, but here, let me give you this spare flight helmet as a souvenir. Cool. Oh, neat, thanks. You earned it, pal. Keep it flying. Good luck. Goodbye, I'll miss you. She's gone. Okay, see you later, Charities Lady, and hope everything's okay. Inasmuch. Right. Now it's just a runway and not a crash site anymore. I like that kind of map progression. Inasmuch, yeah. As you round a clump of mangrove trees, or whatever kind of tree. Have we done this one before? Or whatever kind of trees these are. You come face to face with a bearded gator man and his big filthy sack. I should clarify that it's a burlap sack and it doesn't have a face, just the gator man does. Oh, whoops. Bite. 119 meat. Said final. Sure. You open the bag and reveal your prize. It's like Crimbo. A sad, wet, dirty Crimbo. So we've got more of those pastries and a Weed Lord fetish. Steal HP from your opponent equal to your mysticality once per fight. Eh. I wouldn't remember to do that. Okay, I just got ripped off by a gator man. I'll try not to hold it against the rest of you, gator man. You're gone. What's in this? The fridge is talking. Hello? Handle on this fridge is busted. It's going to be a headache come lunchtime. Can we open it? No dice and no door opening either. Whoever smashed in the handle wanted to keep you out or keep something in. A magical talking sandwich, maybe? Well, we're strong and we have many crowbars, so. Great effort, you forced the door open. Released from his refrigerated cage, a cold man squirms out into the muck, gasping for air. My God, you are my saviour. One more day trapped in there and I would have succumbed completely to despair. Who are you? I'm Fabian, an illustrator of the natural sciences, arid steppes, glittering bergs of ice. But lately my interests have taken me to these damp lands. I am in my soggy period. How'd you get in there? I was travelling to the swamp to sketch the native cypress, only to be caught in a net by these gator-esque men. At first, they allowed me to roam within the confines of this camp, but when I shouted for help at a passing truck, I was put into the refrigerator. Oh yeah, what truck? I knew a truck around here. Oh, it owned through the camp like a bass out of hell. There's a boy and a girl at the wheel, and I called out, "Stop! I'm a prisoner! Take me with you!" But they drove on. What makes a person do that? Where was it headed? As if I don't know. North of here. I'm sure of it. Interesting. Thanks. You want to leave, the way out's more or less clear. I do want to leave. That's a good guess. If we ever meet again, it would honour me to paint your portrait. I'm an artist, as you know. I cannot paint you right away, as I'm in my soggy period. If I conclude that work, or you become soggy, well, who knows? Am I not soggy enough? Not for academia, no. Oh, well. Do I have any, like, specifically soggy things? I don't know. Maybe. I mean, I have this clammy scarf. Would that do it? Oh, we meet again. Okay, well, I can't even talk to you, so. And I'm not in a refrigerator when we do. Sleeping gatormen lurking beneath the surface. A safe hanging in an unsafe manner from the ceiling. It's got a combination lock on it, and you don't know the combination. So you're saying we'll have to kill everyone until we get it, right? Sleeping gatorman. He's lying about being asleep. Well, let's not let him lie. Okay, if you say so. What would you like to do as an alternative to letting this gatorman continue sleeping? Well, let's search him. You reach into the water and carefully grope the gatorman's pockets. At least you hope they're pockets. You find a scrap of paper. Great? Question mark? 3 numbers too repulsive to even display. Cool. 498 meat. Winner, winner. Anything over here? Yeah, those gatorman. Goodbye. Stealth gameplay. I mean, I could just kill all of these gatormen, but, you know. I'll engage with the mechanics. Okay, the abandoned truck's west of there. Who would have seen that coming? Now, are you going to do anything? Oh, but there's fish. Fish this spot. A mucky wormfish for the fish bag. Continue. A swamp mushroom. Question mark, question mark, question mark? The swamp mushroom does not appear in any mycology texts, because mycologists famously refuse to get their shoes wet. Not convinced that's true. And 1 wet cigarette. This is one of the only objects capable of giving you cancer and a tapeworm at the same time. The other one, of course, being a radioactive tapeworm. This is really gross. Also, why is the swamp mushroom... Eat it and find out, I guess. Continue. And a rusty cola can. Cool. Well, guess we'll have to fight our way through this. These guys seem pretty focused on their meal, their after-meal hygiene, and their after-hygiene rest, respectively. Well, combat. Oh, you hit hard. So we have a Mush Muncher, a Rage Jerk, and that's presumably a Maya Chef again. Yeah. And you have a lot of XP, HP, words, letters, other things. Okay, I have 3 AP. I could just start using some of these billion combat items I've ended up with. What do I have that hits everyone? I have this nuclear bomb. Sure. Irritable? What is it? Increase all of its stats by 3 each time it's damaged. Well, we'll kill that. What else do we have that hits everyone? Did I buy any more rockets? I seem not to have. Ooh, okay, never mind. It's so 28, 24, 18, and I can hit for 23, so balls. This will raise all your stats, but I don't care because I am going to just kill you. I mean, I could just balls again to kill you. 24, 18, yeah, okay, that actually seems like a sensible move. How are those raid stats treating you, bud? And then a bunch of damage to you. And you stop hammer time. You can't stop hammer time. It comes for us all, much like death on a boat. And then you get just lethally poisoned. which never trips because I hit you with a hammer. It is a great way to stop yourself dying of poison is just be killed with a hammer. You also collect a gator hide for that hunter. Oh yeah, the Sisters Brothers people. Which is way less grisly than it sounds. The gator men are just carrying these around. These are the hides of a gator or a man. A gator man. Oh my god. You'd think I'd be past sighing at these puns, but here we are. This. A boulder blocks the entrance. Also, there's gator men doing push-ups. Ah! A boulder no longer blocks the entrance. The boulder looks heavier than when you last pushed it. We'll continue to push it. Oh, that's to close it again. Boom. It was heavier. Now it's heavier still. The force of each push exerts energy on the boulder, which is translated into mass. E equals M, see? Glad that's squared away. Bad jokes. Now, here's another radio. Pretty easy to make this song creepy by placing it in a disturbing context, but they really outdid themselves here. Yeah, the hooks really sell it. That's a lot of you. This building is way larger than it looks from the outside and is absolutely full of sleeping gator men. Okay, so this is just another combat portal and also it had a radio in it if we were still doing that quest. That's a ghost? The gatemen put away their rocks when they're done playing. Well, that's very nice of them. Hello. Is this a ghost? Well, this is hardly the strangest thing you've seen over the last few days. It's definitely pretty weird. Looks like a ghostly man, mostly, obviously, his head, but you can just barely make out his body if you squint. You reach out to touch him, but your hand passes right through. He doesn't respond to any attempt to get his attention, but instead he seems focused on something you can't see to the left of that disgusting fly-covered meat hook. After a few minutes, the novelty sort of wears off, so you get on about your business. Yeah. Is there anything to the left of it? Okay, what's the gross thing? Unlike most of the hanging sacks of gore in these places, this one is swarming with flies. Interesting. You're staring intently at something. Odd, nothing should grow in here. That is a hat stand, my dude. Like magpies and shiny objects, gators are compelled to hoard all of Grandfather's items. Sure. Grandfather's chair. These look like Grandfather's bag. Find a bundle of meat. The creatures have no need of money. I wonder how they can afford the rent on this place. I mean, shacks tend to be quite reasonable. Especially if you are prepared to just deliver soul-shattering violence. Grandfather's disgusting bird bath. You're not sure that was a great idea. Yeah. Grandfather's teeth. Great. I do keep collecting teeth. Feel like there should be something more to do. Interesting. Unless it's something to the left this way. That's just the fishing spot that we did. I'm going to assume that it wasn't that. I don't know. Is there anything past you? Yes, there are. Not too late to turn tail and run. We'll turn their tails to dust. Jim, but with the witty comebacks as ever. 28, 28, 24. Okay. Let's free for all to take out that shield. May as well. And then 2 runs of ball for you. And now you're dead. And I can kill this one with my hammer. Yep. Get hammer bonked, bro. What does that mean, Emma? I don't know. There's half your health and poison, so now you're just dead. Also dead, Professor Adams. But it's fine. And that poison, never gonna proc, because I'll hit you with the hammer. Woman destroys Gator Man. It's a tale as old as time. Yeah. Gator cheese! It's cheese! I don't want it. And we get a gator hide.
Moment, please you.
Hello? Dr. Adams does a few stretches and knee bends. How are you doing, Professor? Hope this isn't all too strenuous for you.
Not at all, my young friend. Indeed, after spending 200 years in the bronze statue, this is just the thing I needed to limber up.
What, getting killed by a gator man that time? Sure. Well, now you have more HP. Love that for you. They do a very fine line in chain shacks around here. What if I walked around you? And, hello? This beast prefers books to strange obelisks. Me too. Well, I'm in the Shadow Realm. Fascinating, indeed. Wait, was there anything else in here? Still fascinating. There's an orb over here. I will... Oh, but I bet I can interact with the ghost now. Or I could, if that shack existed. There's two orbs. Short and stubby finger of eldritch energy. Poke. Now it's pointing down. Did that do... Ah, it moved the shadow portal into this shack. Right, I see. And now I can't interact with it. I presume I go to the other one then? Point that left. A long and knotty finger. So they're both pointing down. Ah, and now I can go into the actual shack. Right? Yes, without going through into the physical realm. I see. And I will haunt their dreams. Ha ha ha. Also, game, it's not that big a house. So now if I point them both to the left. Apparently I can only do them alternatingly, I guess. Or possibly the hitboxes are just in a weird place. Twinkly, 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 says the finger of eldritch energy, as they are wont to do. Okay, now to talk to a ghost. Hello, Ghosterman. Hello, portal through space-time. You're not alone in this place. Say something. Something. Ha! Yeah, I can't do backwards speech. Wait, I don't sound like that. I'm gonna do things forward just for my own brain. I can see everything. What does that mean? In the portal. Huh? In a world, in this one, and all the worlds in between. What? Wait, this is... Oh. Brain, it's up from the bottom. In the portal, I can see everything that ever was and ever will be. Everything that is to be known in our world, in this one and all the worlds in between. Oh. Yeah, and then the narrator explains it to me. Well, let me take a look at that. According to the floating man, all worldly knowledge is contained within the swirling, convulsive star field, kind of super-terrestrial library. Did I say librarian? No, that's a different word. So, welcome to Borges' The Aleph. Let's look into it. Your eyes bend to the writhing contours of the deep black and star-smeared tunnel, preparing nervously to receive the sum of all human and extraterrestrial knowledge. In the tunnel's bright center, you see a field and a cow suckling a puppin. The farmer is watching. Anything else? Yeah, it doesn't seem like it. That's fine, but I was hoping to find all world knowledge. Nothing you're looking for in there. Floating man does not even react to your presence. The portal affords him a window into a curious world that commands his complete attention. Yeah, I don't think that portal contains the sum total of all worldly knowledge. I think it's just letting you look at a farm where a cow is nursing a puppin and there's a farmer standing nearby and watching. That is all that's happening. He blinks. Backwards. So you want to get out of here, maybe? Leave. Why not? Midnight Man. You can't leave because of the Midnight Man? Well, we have a long finger of Eldritch Energy and a shorter one, so I'm imagining we're in a big clock. And if they were both pointing to 12, maybe we can meet the Midnight Man. I have no idea what this is going to be like. Oh, hey, it's the Midnight Man.
Hi.
Can I float faster? Okay. What do we do about the Midnight Man? Sure would be cool if the professor had come with us. Okay, so you turn it off midnight, but he is still here. That seems significant. And then he runs through this portal. Is he out here in the real world? No, he just used the portal to disappear. Okay. Well, let's go back into the Shadow Realm. Oh, now you're here. And then you run in there. And then you run through there. I love the creature's giving you the slip. Sign of it in this world. Ooh. So, right, let's go back to midnight and hopefully he'll come back. If we... Oh, right, no, he is back. We still want to turn this to 12 to make the portal go away. And you run away, but now if we make a shack, but it doesn't have a portal in it, and then chase you in there, let's see what happens. There we go. The sneaky little devil prances about like a jester given free rein at court. This must be the Midnight Man. Whatever mischief is transpiring in this realm, you sense he is the lord of it. Hey, let the man at the portal leave this place. Oh! Is that a yes? Sure there's something you take in exchange for freeing that man?
Oh, don't call me Shirley.
Oh, this is funny to you.
Oh, my sense of humor is deliciously twisted.
I don't know what you want, I'm stuck.
Nobody gets out.
I don't go anywhere. Okay. What if I bring them to the same shack? Run away into the shack. Lord of Mischief continues his jests. Still stuck. Nobody gets out. Hello. He won't even look at you. He's obsessed with whatever's going on in that portal. But there's nothing we're looking for in there. No, and so I can't say something to you. Lord of Mischief continues to find this very funny. The tree is here, but none of that other junk the gator men have gathered. Let's get ourselves a portal in that shack, I guess. And the Midnight Man runs away. Ghostly presence, that guy is trapped in that shadow dimension is floating here. Oh, what? If I put the rock back, can I still go into the shadow version? Rolling stone gathered in mass. That's a very good joke, but I don't like the fact that I now don't have enough muscle to push it. Give me some plus muscle stuff. My tiara isn't giving it me, so I guess we go back to the maggot. God, I hate that. So, yeah, if we exploit the Shadow Realm this way, we can presumably get in there while the... I'd say while the iron's hot. No, that's not what that phrase means. So, switch these both to 6. I forget how puzzle-heavy these games are. Which is weird, because I've been playing a lot of it and you'd think I'd remember. So now, if I chase the Midnight Man in here, he'll go through the portal but not be able to get out. That's exciting. Basically, I'm doing things that seem like they might do a thing. Hello. Something's changed in the devil's demeanor. The antic hopping has ceased, replaced with perhaps a sobriety, maturity.
You. I spent so long thinking what I would do to you who trapped me in this cage. And as my hungry mind turned over thoughts of disembowelment and insanguination, I was drawn more and more to the walls of my prison. Why, there is such life here. Consider the growth of the intrepid peat moss, the burble of the cheeky bog water. Your world is quite simply beautiful.
I haven't been here for that long.
Our species experience time very differently. What passes as a minute for you is for me much longer. Close to a minute and 2 seconds.
Oh, wow.
I never knew there could be beauty such as this. Had I known, my goodness, had I known, I would have lived much differently. I would have truly lived. Thus, I renounce mischief in all its forms. I dedicate my life to the care and cultivation of your glorious flora. I will become how do you say it? Garden.
Yes, that is how we say it.
Become a garden.
What did you do to that man in the first place?
Yes? Oh. I did not ask for him. He came into my house, started crawling along my web. I promised to show him the secrets of the universe, but made him watch a scene of a cow giving its milk to a puffin.
I mean, as esoteric punishments go, fair enough. Could you let him go?
Yes, I think that particular show has gone on long enough. Allow me to bring down the curtain and send him home.
He burps. It's long and very loud, and he looks at you apologetically while he does it. After 3 minutes, or for him, 3 minutes and 6 seconds, of sustained noise and eye contact, it's over, and the gateway to his dimension has vanished.
It's done. Now help me move this boulder out of the way that we might both be free.
Sure. Drained of all metaphysical energy, this is now just a lazy obelisk, such as you might find at any garden center. Hello. The man you saw in faded form floating in the shadow rift is before you now as flesh and bone. You freed him. His fierce black eyes fix you with a wild glare. You. What time is it? Hold on, let me check my uncursed pocket watch, raising lots of questions that should be answered by my pocket watch. Oh, what year? 1928? Right. Okay. Then I've been gone for 26 years. I'm gonna need you to fill me in on everything that's happened since 1902. Sure. You provide a concise history of the last quarter century. Okay, thanks. That alright? Yeah, it's fine, thank you. Disappointing to hear the Watchful Eye closed its doors. Time to find a new job, apparently. Which the world always needs reporters. Who even are you? Nose Jeffers, reporter. Your name is Nose. My nickname's Nose. They call me that because I knows everything. Once I've done my research and talked to my sources, then I knows everything. What's your real name? Nah, I'm the reporter here. What's your real name? Jimbo Barfly. And now that's something I know. What were you doing out here? I've been here in 1901 to investigate reports of strange obelisks in the swamp. Strange, alright. Took me to a new world where I met the Midnight Man. He promised to show me all knowledge. You understand, for a reporter, that's an impossible offer to resist. Answers to the great mysteries of history, you know, like Neptune. What do you think's going on up there? Yeah, you tell me, man. I don't know. I certainly didn't learn anything from what the Midnight Man showed me. But I did think that if I stared at that cow and puffin long enough, the answers I sought would reveal themselves to me. Did they? No. Maybe if I kept at it longer. There was one tier I never got a great look at. I mean, we've all been there. I have to go. You gonna be alright? Yeah. After 26 years looking at what I was looking at, one thing I need, and that's a drink. I'm sure not talking about milk. Oh, I forgot to tell you about Prohibition. And they finally pulled the trigger on that, huh? Well, I do know a place. House of Hubris, look it up. Every time I forget that we called it that. It's friend. I feel comfortable calling you friend at this point. Well, see you then, maybe. Oh, and I should give you something for your trouble. Grover Burgess, or oldie I see. Don't know if he's still around. He'd like to put out a special edition on his birthday. August 5th. One we did a few years back. 1900. Really broke the bank. Find it? I bet that'd be worth a lot of money now. Interesting. And with that he departs, wading through the swamp water and out into the world for the first time in over 2 decades. No more information on the gross hook. Okay, well, that just leaves the fortress for us to do. But first, we got some cheese. This rat has been very patient with us. Make these equations more interesting. Gain XP. Go this way. Mouse. Hello. Give him gator cheese. The rat sniffs the gator cheese and retches a little bit. He didn't even know rats had a gag reflex. He raises an eyebrow at you in protest, but eventually drags the cheese into his hole and emerges with a ring for you. It's scabrous. This ring makes it look like your finger got cut off and sloppily reattached. Gross. Renders you immune to bleeding. Thanks, and yeah, sorry, I don't like it either. The rat squeaks as if to say, no problem. Great. Love there not being a problem. And now let's go and follow up on that tip. 1900. August 5th. To commemorate Editor-in-Chief Grover Burgess's birthday, the August 5th, 1900 edition of the paper is printed entirely on meat. It's awfully generous of him, and explains a fair amount about how this place went out of business. You've lucked out of the archives. Cool. And did you go to the speakeasy? I've forgotten quite how groovy this place was. Okay, well you're definitely not at the speakeasy yet. Did we not search that first aid kit? Or does it respawn? Okay, well here's some stuff. Also, we never looked at this hobo code? What are we doing? Code says grapes under here. You quickly pry up the tile and, sure enough, there are grapes. Take them to Dan. Sure. Fancy Dan, not Captain Dan. There are many Dans, but this one is mine, in as much as he works for me. You're back, baby! Floor grapes? Floor grapes, eh? Well, when life gives you floor grapes, make floor wine, baby! Which gives you physical armor. Sure. No, but let's have some absinthe with... Coke? No, absinthe with fish oil. Great. Okay, well, tell you what, now that we're in this groovy place, I'll leave you with this music while I take another short break. As ever, go do self-care things. I will be also doing those, so hey. Self-care buds, I guess. I don't know where that's going. But get up, move around, have a drink, have a snack, take your meds if you need to. This is your reminder. And I will be back in a few minutes. Let the ads run if you can. And I'll see you after that for more of this. Alright. Love you all in a few. And we're back. Hello everyone, sorry for the slightly extended break. Was distracted by a donut, you know how it is. Nadavi, I see your lurk emoji, and that's cool. We love and respect lurkers in this house. Right. I think all we've got left to do is just actually advance the main quest. So to the fortress, I guess. Oh, we should go back to the Leathers Brothers with these gator hides. Actually, that's how we'll be collecting more. You're failing at lurking? Well, I mean, skill issue, I guess. You find an old medicine show wagon overturned in the swamp. Most of its contents have long since hazardously dissolved into the local ecosystem. There's probably some stuff left. I mean, we already had the crow over on the boat. A few damp toiletries and even damper medicaments. Tooth wax, activated charcoal, mercury eye drops. Great. Question mark. Shadow hole. Shadow pickle. Gatormen having a fight. These Gatormen aren't doing enough damage to each other for it to seem like a real fight. Okay, fine, narrator, disagree with me. Either they're just sparring, or this is how Gatorman arguments work. Either way, they aren't paying any attention to you. Sneaky, 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 sneak. We'll even stop doing higher steppy to sneak. And what's on this side? Nothing. Okay, can we interact with this porthole? Filthy pipe must lead inside. Presumably to the bathroom part of inside, if smells any indication. Why am I doing all the dialogue options in Sneakering when I'm, you know, the class that's here to kill? But hey, here we are. Switch this for my handkerchief. I still don't have enough stench armor, really? Only 6? Boo. What else do I have for stench armor? Wait, no, that's the same thing, Emma. Are these all accessories? Oh, I've got the gas mask as well. Pipe turns out to be much longer than you expected, with a lot of twists and turns. Clearly, efficient airflow and ventilation systems is not a big priority in Gatorman architecture. You eventually come out in either a garbage processing center or a kitchen. Let's take a look. And let's get our previous outfit back on. I hate the maggot, but it's so good for my stats. Even if gatormen bother to cook their meals, they probably don't cook them in an electric stove standing in 18 inches of water. Oh, yeah. Just because that specified a measurement, it's reminded me. I wanted to see if I wear the Longfellow ring to become a Longfellow, can I wear the deckhand pants? No, but I had an interaction to search the pockets this whole time. There's a furled piece of paper in one of the pockets. Unfurl. Monday, 2376. Which is deckhand for... God, I deleted the picture already. What is it? Month, year, day? Which makes this the 6th of March, 1927. Which is a reasonable date for this to be. And yeah, and then the next day, that... Okay, so that's not the month. It must be day, year, month. So it's the 3rd of June. Can a riverboat run with just a single deckhand on board? Guess we're about to find out. Closure Reserve got in a terrible spat with the new captain and jumped ship to crew the trawler of a passing lobsterman. Andrews, it turns out, embellished his qualifications and isn't a trained deckhand at all. I'm already feeling the strain. Had to lock up the outhouses by myself, usually a 3-man job. Suffice to say that this will make a real mess of my whole summer. We set sail today. I won't continue keeping this diary, as I only thought to buy one sheet of paper. Okay, so I guess that's just meant to give you more of a clue for the dates. Okay, so I was overthinking that. This is a kitchen, only it's in the sense that it's a place where food is prepared. Nothing of value on the shelves, probably not even by Gatorman standards. The remains of an awful meal. One of those fridges, you know, the ones hanging on big rusty chains. Yeah, those fridges. Chain wasn't attached very well and the whole thing comes loose. I've got a refrigerator on a chain. Neither the refrigerator nor the chain is in very good shape, but you're probably not going to find a better version of this very specific combination. Oh, that and the ship's steering wheel are probably both going to be for just decorating my room, aren't they? Must be the gateman's dinner bell. Ringing it seems foolish. Oh, hey, it's Charles. Charles, he's in a cage. It's a cage with Charles in it. Charles. Here you are. Right. Why am I glad to see you, kid? Thought I was a goner. You're the adventuresome type and all, you know how to pick a lock. Only with an appropriately shaped key. Let's get it off their leader then. I think his room's down the other end of the hall. I'll be right back. Okay. Let's do the stupid thing. It would be nonsensical and cruel to ring the dinner bell without making dinner first. Nonsensical and cruel is the Gatorman standard of behaviour. Let's not sink to their level. Can I make dinner? Prepare a feast? Yes, I can. What, are you kidding? All the food here is days-old meat with bites taken out of it already. You'd die. Oh, not for me, for the Gatorman. Oh, okay, I get you. Well, there are some big haunches of some sort of carcass strewn about. If you can lift those onto the table, you might have the beginnings of something. Prepare. You poke around the cupboards, pulling out everything you can identify as maybe being Gatorman food. Mainly telling the difference between old lumps of meat and old lumps of mud by whether it's got a bone sticking out. Since you don't know whether Gatormen avoid food with mould on it or consider it an essential spice, you compromise and only scrape off half. Then you pile all of that onto the table and garnish it with a sprig of parsley. Hopefully this will hold the guards' attention for a while. Bon appetit. A feast fit for a king of garbage. Is that a very specific Princess Bride reference? I think it might be. Anyway, thank you for the hydrate and stretch reminders. Bing. You bang on the bell with a discarded bone, then crouch next to the door. The Gatorman guards all stream in and immediately start fighting over who gets the juiciest lump of whatever those lumps are made of, don't notice you sneaking out into the hall. Sneaky, sneaky. We're so sneaky. And wise. It's true. Can I not steal stuff off the table? No? Okay. There's an anvil. Forge, presumably for hammering on terrible gator metals. You know, those metals that gators have. Supply closet. Big rusty chemical barrel. Investigate. Barrel says chloroform, and so does the smell leaking out of it. Whew. Well, let's leave it alone and fish in it first. Fish. Get those anesthetized fish. Napping slimy noodle fish for our fish bag. Another one. And a drowsy slithering puke fish. Okay, let's dump out the chloroform barrel. Well, I see what you're going for, and sure, filling the place with chloroform fumes would knock out all the guards. But it would also knock you out in the water you're standing in is almost knee-deep. You can double-check your to-do list if you want, but I'm pretty sure it doesn't have drown scheduled for today. Oh yeah, Fine, let's check our to-do list. Narrator. Other notes? Personal notes? Oh no, that's manual, isn't it? To-do list. Side quests. The rat still wants cheese? Oh, so I guess if I get other varieties of cheese, he'll give me more things? I guess? Okay, it didn't say drown though, so there's that. This shoebox is waterlogged. Real surfeited nouns. Yep. Big shoes. Wide loafers. This is either a pair of shoes for 2 people, or 2 pairs of shoes for people who only like to wear one shoe, but on both feet at once. What? I do not understand that sentence. But how does it make me walk? This is replacing high steppy for now. Stand back, I take large steps. Loose length rusty chain. As a seasoned adventurer, you can't possibly pass this up. Not sure exactly how long this chain is, because you're not sure how tight you're supposed to pull a chain when you measure it. And also because you don't really care. The items on this shelf are all too nasty for you to look at, let alone touch. You are wearing shoes that you just got out of a waterlogged shoebox in the middle of this horrible place. Don't pretend you have standards, Jimbert. Can I do anything else with the chloroform? No. Yep, this is a good walk cycle. And in here we have... Oh, it's the throne room.
Hey, go away.
Alright. Nothing else there? Okay, I'm coming back. I think the Gateman's taste in books is as bad as everything else about them. Well, let's investigate. Keeping the rust off your iron fist. Don't eat your henchmen, tips for new rulers. Spot welding guide for ad hoc fortresses. Yeah, these are all pretty much what you'd expect. Well, here's one that seemed interesting. To Stretch Man. A book full of diagrams describing the limits of human anatomy and how to unsafely exceed those limits. Stretch to increase muscle by 3. Cool. We could go further, but not right now. How much XP do I have going? 400 Woodjamba? Okay. Let's spend some XP. 400 Woodjamba. Upgrade chili. I'm just trying to get rid of books at this point. You study the detailed yelling instructions until you're pretty sure you understand them. Then you practice yelling at yourself for a while. After you accidentally drop the book in a ditch and ruin it. And Hotfoot. Upon closer reading, you realise that it isn't just a story about a guy who likes to burn stuff. It's a story about a guy who really likes to burn stuff. To be more like him, you burn the book. And upgrading Noogie. You do the math and it becomes clear that math is for nerds. You go off in search of one so you can give them a Noogie. Unfortunately, you leave the book behind, and when you come back, some other nerd has absconded with it. And Hunt. You read the remaining pages of the book and learn how to kick with both legs. You practice by kicking the book off the end of a pier. Upgrade stretch. The secret is to not care whether or not your vertebrae remain attached to one another. You practice stretching, but you're so good at it now that a passing airplane knocks the book out of your hand and it is lost forever. Okay, so that's all the ones that aren't just endlessly upgradable. So we've got meat drops, sleaze armor, and hot armor. What's our lowest out of sleaze and hot? Hot by miles. Okay, but we only have 39 XP. Well, that sure was productive. Let's keep looking around. You found it the least comfortable chair in the world. Thanks to a much more comfortable chair, the real seat of power. Blush. Now we have much more XP. Actually, might as well do that thing I was just trying to do. Because I am running out of things to spend XP on. Another story of a man freezing to death in the sub-zero west. Another conclusion in which the narrator rejects the premise entirely. I would never go somewhere cold, they write. I would never put myself in that position. Why does this give you hot armor? I don't understand. This hole leads down to a massive underground chamber. Well, let's attach the chain and go. Yeah, that ought to do it.
Property private. Scram.
This is the kind of ancient aliens architecture that comes up regularly in Loathing games. Usually with a bunch of decoding of alien languages to do. Don't know what this object is, but... Oh, wait, it's got blood all over it. It's an altar. Yep, that does. You know, makes sense. Huh. Where'd it go? With pedestal. Poke it. Okay. And then that seems to have activated this slip gate.
I'm serious. Go away.
Yeah, sunken ziggurat level 2. Oh, lots of shadow bleeding through there. Don't love that. Stomp, 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 stomp. Wide steps. Hello, cubes. Whatever this is, it's extremely broken. Well, we're very smart. All these blocks are clearly just trying to move in a way that makes sense. They must have just gotten knocked out of alignment. Let's realign them. You move the blocks around relative to each other until they start moving in a more satisfying pattern, assuming you're a person who thinks a smooth circular pattern is more satisfying than juddery, spark-spewing chaos. Surely everybody is that kind of person? Yeah, this has to be right. Plus they glow now, and we all know only good things glow. Seems less broken now. Use it. Ow! Ow! Dang it! Nope. Good grief, you wouldn't have fixed it if you knew it was going to be so ungrateful. Ziggurat power. You've been blasted with a bunch of ancient lasers, and it's awakened the ancient laser power concealed in the mitochondria of your cells. We've all got that, as it turns out. 3 additional combat items per round. Jesus, that's a lot. If I just want to cheese my way through every fight available. Which, often, I do. Can I do it again? There's no way you're subjecting yourself to that again. It's fair. To the next level. Activate. Actigate. Sure, let's go with that.
I wanna kill you.
Will you, though? I mean, warning definitely won't kill me. Well, I just got hit with a load of ziggurat lasers and I was fine, so... There's some kind of ancient temple guardian or something? Shooting out a bunch of tightly focused beams of light that science doesn't yet have a name for, but which you can probably assume you don't want touching you. You literally just called them lasers, game. Avoid them. I would simply avoid the beams. Good animation. I'm so stretchy, it's true. Jimbert, are you done? Yes, you are. Figure out how to turn that machine off before you get decapitated. Again, the lasers didn't actually harm me before.
You west. I destroy. Goliath. Kill.
Hi, Goliath. Well, Goliath killed, I guess. Thanks, Goliath. Is this the off switch for the lasers? Yes. Wow, geez, that thing really did a number on this guy. I forgot you could fish in smushed people. This man has been turned into jam. Can you fish in the jam? Waste not gator blood, want not gator blood. That's one of those proverbs that nobody ever remembers the full version of. Such. You poke around in the mulch until you find something that looks more or less like an old iron key, except kind of blurry. It sizzles and twitches in your hand as you pick it up. Hey, a cursed thing. Been handling a lot of cursed objects lately, but this one seems especially dangerous. Has to be the key Charles mentioned. You look at that hulking Goliath at the end of the hall. There doesn't seem to be anything beyond it, and it looks like it could squash you in an instant. Yeah, best go back and unlock Charles. You make your way quickly back up to the room where he was being held. Phew. That was quick. Just unlock the cage. Find the key? Twitches in my hand? What? Oh. Twitches in my hand, yes. Okay. Took me a second there. I think so. It's kind of weird, though. Yeah, I don't like the looks of that at all. Dolls to donuts, that's the artifact we're looking for. It couldn't possibly be the key to this random Gatorman cage in the middle of nowhere, then. Good. Well, it might have some kind of key-related powers. Normally I'd advise against using it, but I don't see any other way out of this mess. Okay, here goes. The key shifts unpleasantly in your hand, buzzing and clicking through a jerky slideshow of shapes. I just watched Across the Spider-Verse again last night, as though searching for the particular slice of higher dimensional object that will fit this lock. When it finally finds the right one, it jerks forward in your hand and twists, and the lock clicks open. Your hand feels numb. Key version of the service weapon. Thanks, Jimbert. Thought for sure my bacon was well and truly fried. Yeah, don't mention it, Charles. Let's just get the heck out of this dump. With no further cause to stick around, apart from any unfinished side quests you might have there, you can always come back for them later. You escort Charles back to town. Yeah, but we did all our side quests except for getting every variety of cheese for the rat. Let's go.
Jimbert, found the cursed artifact and brought Charles back home safely. I can't express how grateful I am. I don't know what we'd do without him. Thank you so much.
Ah, it was... Well, it wasn't nothing, but, you know.
Yeah, I get it. Don't forget to uncurse that thing before you go to bed.
This key seems like it has the power to open any lock. That could be extremely useful. It'd really be all that bad if I didn't uncurse it.
Well, I'm not going to drag you into the machine and force you to do it. But, yes, I don't actually know what would happen if you don't uncurse it, but I assume it would be pretty bad. Look, you uncursed all the other things, right?
Yes. And to be fair, most of them got better.
Great. Go ahead and uncurse this one too, okay? Better safe than sorry.
Alright. Anything else I can... No, because the day hasn't changed. Well, but hey, Charles.
Thanks again for the rescue, Jimbert. I'd have been corned beef hash with a side of eggs if you hadn't showed up.
That's nothing, Charles. Basically just followed your wrenches. Here's your wrenches back, by the way.
Nice.
Knew these babies would come in handy for something some day. Don't you use them for, like, wrenching?
Well, the 7/8, yeah. The 255, 256, not so much.
Gotcha. Anything I can help you with? Ask about the bandages? What bandages? Let's find out. Did Murray leave a crate of antique bandages in the back somewhere? Right, because our past self in around the lake wants them. Yep.
Say, how'd you know that?
Yeah, it's a long story. Actually, it's a pretty short story, but it's one that makes me sound insane. Can I have them? Sure thing. He goes into the back and returns with the all too familiar crate. Thanks, Charles. Don't mention it. Nothing I can help you with? Nothing right now. Okay, so, things we have to do. Let's go and wander around in the lake. And get that. I can't remember. Was there something else we still had to do with the time jumping around here? Oh, hey, distillery. Like at the museum. I don't think. I mean, we never got into that one house. And we do have the cursed key now. Nothing wrong with being insane? True. Let's head back to the museum. We'll need to go back to the hardware store first to get him to move the toilet. Adventure game logic. Sometimes you just say sentences and you're like, what? Somewhere nearby you hear singing, a languid, sultry, wordless tune that makes your feet turn of their own accord, lead you off the path and deeper into the forest. Your senses feel numbed as though you're walking through a thick fog, and it's getting difficult to brain. After a short time, you arrive at the edge of a small clearing. A pale woman in a long red dress is lounging on a rock, shaded by the branches overhead. She smiles when she sees you, and reaches out her hand, gesturing for you to approach. Feet start to shuffle forward. No, we resist. You grit your teeth in concentration and shake your head violently. Fog clears from your mind just enough to give you one more move. That move is to flip the woman a very rude two-handed gesture. Her eyes widen in shock and she stops singing. With that, you manage to wrest enough control over your feet to turn and run away with your hands over your ears. Why would we solve situations when we can simply run? Hello again, just going in the back, don't ask why, but now I take wide steps. Changed my mind about the toilet. Museum. Also, what do you sell here? I can't remember. Sharpening stone. I was looking for one of those because I want to upgrade to my corn stab. Isn't running a solution in itself? I mean, in the short term, maybe, but also in a very real sense, no. We already have 3 matches. Well, we can have more. Also, we could... sure, we could add a lining to this maggot, I guess. Because, yeah, the tenderizing hammer is muscle plus 6, reduce target muscle by 3. Dark corn holder is muscle plus 6 and heals us. Which sounds great. And then if we sharpen it, it'll be even better. Muscle plus 7. Excellent. We have upgraded. That would explain many things about your life. I mean, relatable. The museum. I'm just going on a hunch here. Discarded nightstand. Got some junk mail and some rivets. Back in time. That was the Danforth house. We could already go in. Door to this house is locked. Unlock. Check your pockets for an appropriate key. Haha! Cursed key. You hold the cursed key up to the lock. Wispy tendrils of shadow flow out of the key, snaking into the keyhole and writhing amongst the mechanisms, until the lock shutters open with a click. Writhing amongst the mechanisms sounds like one of those phrases that somebody would just take out for a fanfic title. You peek in the front door and look around. Looks like nobody's home. Which makes sense, considering the door was locked. Let's snoop. Yeah, I'm not even sure why I gave you the choice there. We both knew you were going to choose Snoop. Yeah, for real. Must be Delia's bed. Like there's something behind it. This oil lamp is kind of uncomfortably close to the curtains. Oh yeah, this house burns down, doesn't it? Carefully pick up the oil lamp and set it on the mantelpiece. That seems much safer. Did you know that the oil in this kind of lamp comes out of the sperm whale's head? I mean, yes, but tell me more. Okay, see. Sperm whale fat renders down into pretty good lamp oil, better than other whales. But more importantly, they also have a reservoir full of really good oil in their heads, as much as 500 gallons of it. Nobody knows why or what it's for, so Once people realised that sperm whales were relatively populous within sailing distance of the colonial coast, it sparked an entire industry. The whaling industry in the colonies began in the 1640s, but that was a fair bit south of here. However, just 2 years ago, in 1690, whalers started working out of the islands around Lieutenant Harbour, or rather what would eventually come to be called Lieutenant Harbour after its accidental enlistment and promotion during the War of 1774, and within 100 years those islands became the whaling capital of the world, until, of course, the whales ran out. But the industry was still able to flounder along until the invention of kerosene in the 1850s. Anyway, the point being, this lamp's really state-of-the-art technology around here. Very interesting, thank you. Is suddenly going into a long read about sperm whales a Moby Dick reference? I think it might be. Small steel lockbox with the name Delia on it. Unlock. On second thoughts, messing with the content of that box could cause some sort of nasty paradox. Decided to leave it be. I mean, we're already stopping it burning down. White ceramic plate, painted with a nice forest scene. Pretty. No witch's brews here. Maybe a witch's stew. Probably just a regular person's stew. Nice antique dining table. Eventually. Yeah, we're all antique eventually. Okay. Now we go back to the present. And this house exists. Putnam House, which has nothing particularly unusual about it except the witches live there. Most have? Please. Most of the Putnam family's possessions have been stored for cataloguing and preservation, but some notable pieces are on display here. Please do not touch. We'll talk to you in a minute. Old painted plate. This is the plate that used to be on the Putnam's mantelpiece. Set up nicely over the last 236 years. Plaque on the plinth says, "This plate commemorates the founding of the town of Sandwich on All Hallows Eve. How witchy can you get?" Take a closer look, and the plate does indeed have a date in the painted filigree around the edge. 31st of October, 1626. Interesting. Plaque says, "This iron pan was probably for regular cooking, but we're pretty sure it was also used for making small batch potions sometimes." I mean, I think we just call that cooking. Hi there. Hello, welcome to the Putnam House. Please don't touch the exhibits. Excuse me, sorry ma'am, I just get paid to stand here and keep an eye on things. I don't actually know anything about the exhibits. That won't work. Well, it didn't before. Okay, so we know the date of the town's founding now? Does that give us anything? I'm forgetting all the stuff around here. Oh, yes, this is the cream shop. What's Secretary's Boon give me? Hot armor. No. No, pets denied. Are you selling anything interesting? Do we have any rubbing paper? We don't. Let's get some just in case. Let's get a couple just in case. Hello, I'm shopkeeper now. You are relieved. I have no doubt. So it was 31st of October, 1626. March 3rd, 1692. Oh. Oh, no, can't fish because the horse is using the trough, which makes sense. Is the dam for the house? No secret passage, zero reason for you to expect there to be one. Ah, Mrs. Danforth gives you a cheerful nod. Your husband's still out riding the circuit? Indeed, Clarence will be gone for many days, but our boy Tom and I will keep each other company well enough. I ran into Tom at the church playing with the other kids. Seems like a real smart cookie. Oh my, yes, he takes after his father. Always got his nose in a book. Oh, we already did this. This was how we learnt about the pocket watch that we then went and dug up. Can't unlock Delia's box, which is a shame, and I can't remember why that in particular would cause a problem. Ah, asked Delia about a key. What was it you said you lost your house key? Oh. Yeah. No, we need a metal detector, which we very much currently don't have. Do these tell us anything? No. Okay, no, I'll need to come back when I have a metal detector, which I've been told is later, so let's just wide steppy over here. Map. Was there something else we were doing here? I don't... Oh, yeah, we wanted to run into our past self again because we just got those bandages. Yes, I know I'm not going to find the key just by wandering. I was just trying to wander to get a random encounter. Spiders, no. Denied. Wander around here. Shadow spiders. Okay, we'll kill them. They still hit very hard, though. But also don't have a lot of health. Yeah. Can't take more than 5 physical damage at a time, but that's fine because ball. And ball. And indeed, ball. And meanwhile, you can simply get stabbed, which won't quite kill you. And then get poisoned by the professor, and now you're dead. Cool, good talk. And this should also grind me a bunch of XP, not that I need more. Steal meat from a squirrel. Oh hey, that's your past self over there. Here's a chance to hand over that crate of old bandages. Here, take these. Huh? These... what? It's a case of antique bandages. They'll come in handy. I can't use them. I'll have to keep them so I can foist them off on another me to close the loop. You're just sticking me with a pointless errand I'll have to do later. Oh, jeez. Were you really such a whiner back then? So much so that you'd refuse medical supplies from your own self? Good grief, how embarrassing. No, Tommy. You use these ones, then ask Charles Wallace for the crate of old bandages that Murray left in the storeroom. That's where I got these. But didn't you get them from yourself, like I'm doing now? Oh, for crying out loud, were you not even paying attention? This is mortifying. If you ever run into the future you again, you're going to have to apologise for her. I mean, Big Mood. No, I used those. Look, just take them. Jeez, you've got a lot to learn about causality. Okay, fine. Gee. Cool, we've closed the loop. I don't know if that actually helped. I think now we just go to uncursing step. Were these ominous clouds here before? I don't remember them. Stop, 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 stop. Let's do an uncurse. Let's drop the music for a second, just because I want to make sure we have time to uncurse before Twitch wants me to run more ads. Oh, we can remove our gear set. Hey, Jessica, does this thing get rid of geases? The plural of goose is just geese. Why do you have geese? No, gears. Like a curse? Kind of? Oh, well, then sure. Probably. Finger hovers over the uncursed's controls. This could be very stupid. Ah! Inside the contraption, you feel a whoosh, a pop, and a little pain, not unlike having your ears pierced. And indeed, there's a spurt of pus that follows the procedure, although not from where you think. The gears is gone. Good. Now let's uncurse this key. The key jumps up to the roof of the dome and sticks there, shaking and keening. That's the sound keys make. Makes sense. Against the metal. The lights in the store whine, flicker, and then cut out completely. Dang it. Wait. Only when the power is out does the key calm down, give up the most odious part of itself to the machine, and drop back down on your lap. Light returns to the store.
Fixed it. We had a spare light bulb under the cat.
Cool, now we have an uncursed key. It's purely decorative. Plus 30% item drops. Actually, I think item drops might be what we're using at the minute. Anyway. The key's curse lingers in the machine. It is itself an arcane lock to be solved only by a projection of consciousness. Well, let's do that. We're on a train. I have assembled everyone, just as you asked, Detective. The victim's wife and the 2 men who were present in the passenger car at the time. I confess, the truth of this murder continues to elude me, but no doubt you are soon to enlighten us with your great powers of deduction and observation. May I inspect the body again? No, that wouldn't be fair to the other passengers who haven't had a look yet. I see. I will tell you again what I know. At 11:13 a.m., the professor dropped dead in his chair after sitting down with his wife for a cup of tea. At that time, Mrs. Ryo Kenshi and Mr. Andretti were the only other passengers present in this car. Mr. Perry returned later. The rest I leave to you to choose, Detective. I need a moment. Can't examine the food? God, what is this game? Nicola Andretti, a businessman. The businessman, Andretti, adjusts his cufflinks. I told you I'd never even heard of this man. I know of Bergerworth College, of course, is an excellent institution. I didn't know he was a professor there. Now come on, let's not delay our journey further. I'm traveling with 19 suitcases of exotic rubber to make new and exciting wheels at the factory. Detective mode. You observe closely. See what you can deduce. Exotic rubber, eh? No doubt from the jungles of Almodovar, whose local brand of nicotine I smell on his collar. Of course, the rubber plants of Almodovar don't just yield material for bouncy tires, but an odorless poison lethal when drunk in hot tea. But why would this man abet the murder of a stranger? I suspect the answer lies in the resume on the table, and the name printed on it. Martin Perry. Can I look more at that? No? Okay. Yume Ryo Kenshi. The widow Ryo Kenshi dabs her eyes with a handkerchief embroidered with the words "Morning Rags and Wipes."
A moment's privacy, please, Detective. I had nothing to do with my husband's death, and no reason to want him gone. He was a kind man, not a rich one. Everything he made he spent on the roulette tables. He owned over 700 of them. That's the largest collection in the world. We were traveling to Yorba Linda so the mayor could give my husband the key to the city. But that won't happen now.
Detective mode. You deduce that you should make some observations. Sometimes the simplest answer is the correct one. She says she had no reason to wish her husband dead. The chemical stain in her cuticles and the fingerprints on the window above, which she opened to dispose of the murder weapon, tell the tale more truly. But the nose reveals even more. Observe the zigzag pattern of the medial cleft below the nostrils. It's called Petrie's philtrum. It's a rare genetic condition she shares with Martin Perry, her son. And you, Martin Perry, a youth. The young man is absent-mindedly, but methodically, disassembling and reassembling a fountain pen. It's as I said. Yes, the man was a professor of mine at Bergerworth College, and yes, he gave me a C and a D. That's no reason to kill a man, wouldn't you agree? Besides, at the time of his death, I was in the lavatory trying to figure out what all the bits and pieces do. Perfect alibi, wouldn't you agree? Detective mode. He's right. A mere C and D are no reason to kill one's professor, but is that the whole story? Observe how the boy tinkers with the fountain pen and the train lavatory. Fancies himself a mechanic, but he wouldn't get a foot in the door of that profession if his C and D stood for car dunce. Nobody would be able to hire him, unless the professor who awarded those ignominious grades died. In that event, every grade he ever gave would be voided, and this young man could take a plum-dropping car manufacturer and start earning the big bucks. Pretty sure that's not how it works if a teacher dies, but hey, what do I know? And the train coroner. A real job. I have solved this murder. It was never in doubt, Detective. Now tell us all. What happened here? The victim was poisoned by Nicola Andretti, Martin Perry, Yumerio Kenshi, me, you, a giant dog. Yeah, his wife. The victim was poisoned by Yumerio Kenshi. Train cardinals are only present when trains die. It makes sense when you think about it. What? Please, all will become clear. The victim was poisoned by Yumerio Kenshi with exotic poison from the Almodova rubber tree. To avoid Martin Petty's car dunce grade so he could make tires for Mr. Andretti. Young Martin Petty dreams of working on cars, and his fresh ideas excite Mr. Andretti, who runs a tire factory. But Master Petty's professor has effectively blacklisted him as a car dunce, unemployable. What to do? Kill the professor, of course, and void that odious grade. Here, the plot becomes most wretched. Master Petty's mother, Yumerio Kenshi, marries the professor and arranges for him to be present on the very same train as Master Petty and Mr. Andretti, who supplies an undetectable poison administered by Mr. Kenshi. Et voila. No more professor, no more car dunce. But there is one thing our three conspirators did not count on. Me. Pause for applause. A pause, if you will.
I'm not ashamed. Any parent, sir, would do the same.
As would any manager seeking new talent with interesting ideas about tires.
If you call someone a car dunce, you brand them for life, and you're responsible for anything that happens next.
How awful, the three of them in it together. Tell you what, Detective, at the next stop they can all get out and take some bath. A sick business. Quite so. Wonderful feeling, I think, to be possessed of great gifts, great powers of deduction, observation, and to use them. Here's another. Gift, that is. Court reward. A mysterious owl ring, a gift from a train coroner in a dream, or something. Take rank. Nice ring, isn't it? Look what rewards accrue to the powerful. Look how the world itself reveals itself at your touch. Okay, so presumably you'll get different rewards, like if you lie for people? That seems like a tree I'm not going to delve into. I must take my leave. Did it work? Is the curse uncursed? The curse remains unresolved. Businessman Andretti adjusts his cufflinks. I confess, Detective, I supplied the poison that killed the professor. But wasn't it worth it? Look at this resume of Martin Perry. Look at these interesting ideas he has about tires. Bouncier, globular, backwards. Is the life of one man worth more than bringing new and innovative wheels to the world? Yes, I did it. I did so I could hire Mr. Perry. I'll do it again tomorrow. And don't lie, Detective. You would too. Doubt.
I admit, Detective, I poisoned my husband. Oh, but spare me the reproach. Wouldn't you do just as I did if some scoundrel of the ivory tower branded your son a car dunce? No? And I dare say you're not a parent, sir.
True.
You really are as good as the papers say, Detective, to sniff out that my C and D grades stood for car dunce.
Yes, I put the old plot in motion, of course I did. Getting called a car dunce ruined any shot I had at a career in wheels. But man's entitled to make a living, wouldn't you agree? This is the only way. Now. Okay. But what? Okay, yeah, so I have solved the murder. Yes, I know. What? Wait, what are you getting at? So if we just say the same things again, poisoned by Yeah, man. What are you doing, Detective? You have already solved the case. You were given great power and you use it. Don't you remember? Don't you remember the ring? You're being foolish now. Okay, so what if we change the story? No, that's not how it happened. I shall tell the tale again. What are you playing at, Detective? The victim was blown up by a giant dog with combustible flour. Out of sick curiosity. You're a fool. A fool. I gave you great powers of deduction or observation. I gave you the power to bend back the skin of the world and sniff up its insides. How dare you waste it? You really want to live without this power? You really want to live in the dark? Sure, just because we need to break the curse. Yes, you're a fool. I wouldn't sully that ring on the finger of a fool. Now you don't deserve it. Okay, maybe we're missing a trick here, I don't know. I uncurse you. So presumably if we didn't break the curse, we would get a cool ring, but also potentially bad things. So did that curse effectively try to bribe you into not destroying it? That's a little disconcerting. You look at the key that once harbored its shadowy magic, it shimmers in the light. 50% item drops. You check your finger and pockets. No mysterious owl ring. You're reminded of the great figures of history who wielded incredible power and chose to give it up. You can't think of anyone specifically, but the concept's interesting to consider. Hey, who's someone famous who gave up great power? He's not famous, but my dad never eats more than he needs to at a buffet. I don't remember where I read this, but there's a rumor that Anne Boleyn had access to a tank, but chose not to use it. No need, she said. And you know who else had a tank? Bob Whitman. Sure. Alright, I guess. I'm going to bet. What accessory are we using? Oh, the Monster Club sash. Yeah, no, we're keeping that. Time to pick fourth store. Right. So we have... First applicant is La Table Enchantée. Like a high-end kitchen store, magical utensils and the like. Thank you for the stretch and hydrate reminders. Yep, needed that. Second is 10 Things I Had About You. That store, I presume. Terrible name. And the last applicant is Bertram's Bakery. Bert's a buddy of mine from my restaurant days. He makes a good loaf. Let's go with the hat store despite the name. If only so I can get a hat that isn't a giant maggot. Yeah, I'll get him moved in and get the next storefront ready for applicants. Thanks, Charles. Find a spot next to the window for that horrible potted worm Grady gave you. I'd forgotten that. Install the Longfellow's wheel on what you decide is the bow of your room. You set Flemberg's tiny workbench up on your desk. Up on your desk. Get to tiny work. Find a hook on one of the ceiling beams and hang up your new refrigerator. Place the glowy orb thing on your knick-knack shelf. Put the crystal gave you on the shelf. That clear? Crystal. Wow, load of stuff. Oh yeah, the glowy orb thing's a plasma ball, isn't it? Right, so, yep. We can do a bunch of crafting. We can salute Dean Royal over here. Can we stay in the room? Yikes! Probably better to keep going straight. Shelf for knickknacks and tchotchkes. There's an old rag doll on the top shelf. Must have been left by the previous tenant. Crystal gave you his twinkling away, and that cool plasma ball from the Radio Shack is still crackling away on the shelf. Rob Crystal? And your fingers begin to twinkle. Sure, +3 magical weapons attacks. Whatever. Consider the orb. Now we are orb energized. Ooh, love that. You hold your hands on both sides of the orb for a while. Yes, yes, very good. This fridge is fully stocked with terrible Gatorman beverages. Now we have Gatorman Cola. Cool. The only reason this isn't the worst beverage you can imagine is because you can imagine the same beverage, but warm. Wouldn't go straight if I were you. Never in my life. Glog's Twill. Yeah, longer my people. Hello, you awful little creature. TV saying anything interesting? Unfortunately, no shows have been invented yet, right? Yeah, I just need to remember to pick my buffs up when I wake up. You're swamped with exhaustion. Swamp, But first, probably time for a dream. A disconcerting dream. I bet it's safe and warm. Is this like our childhood self? Today's October 20th, 1902. I think it is. My diary. Well, let's write it. This diary is the property of Margaret aged 9. All others got to keep out under penalty of law. Dear diary. Yesterday our dog Daisy died. Papa said it was bound to happen because she was older than me, which isn't old for a kid, but is really old for a dog. He said we'll get a new dog soon, but I was sad anyway. On birthday. At school today, the teacher asked what we want to be when we grow up. I said I'll be God. Then I can make sure all the dogs live a long time and are always happy. Everyone laughed, and that jerk Billy Gribsley said a girl can't be God. So I said I'll be president instead, because that's nearly as good. He said a girl can't be president either. I'll show him. I'm going to make all kinds of laws about being nice to dogs, and I'll make being a jerk illegal too, so Billy Gribsley goes to jail and can't eat nothing but bread and water forever. So there. Oh, hope there wasn't anything else to examine. Your desk covered in Ocean City paperwork. Poindexter, your insufferable bean counter. What is it, Terence? Madame Comptroller, I merely need your signature on these budget revisions. With this, the remainder of funds currently allocated to municipal services will be redirected to your shadow presidential campaign and your other projects. Oh, right, yes, because the president is part of the conspiracy, isn't she? Sounds a bit obvious. Rest assured I'm only sparing you the details, which have made quite clear to me that you find intolerably boring. The transactions will be meticulously obscured through shell corporations, cutouts, offshore accounts, and the like. Alright, good. You'd better not be skimming more off the top than I'm willing to ignore. Certainly not, Madam Controller. Fine. Time to record the announcement of your candidacy for Shadow President. One of your PR lackeys, carefully trained to be just unafraid of you enough to tell you what not to say in public. Right. Attention, peons. Oh, geez, don't call them peons, ma'am. And, please try for a less totalitarian tone, generally. Right. So, something like, what's cooking, my pals? Wow, no, much too casual. Nobody would buy it. I hated saying it anyway. How about, my fellow citizens, good evening. I, Margaret... That's weird. The levels went all funny when you said your last name. Don't worry about it. Hereby announce my candidacy for Shadow President. Vote for me or else. No. Sorry, ma'am. No. Ugh. Start out by explaining who you are. Most of them probably don't pay much attention to local politics. Alright. In my role as Ocean City's comptroller, I've made it my mission to... Let's take the party line here. Eliminate waste and graft in the city's finances. I'm proud to say that I've been completely successful through my program of shutting down needlessly wasteful civic programs, thereby reserving your valuable taxpayer meat for the things that actually matter. Things like family, prosperity, and freedom. Perfectly meaningless. Love it. Okay, then just a call to action to top it all off, and we're done. A vote for me is a vote for you. Oh, that's great. Just perfect. Good. Is that all? Yeah, we'll add all the legal, this message, blah, campaign for Shadow President stuff in post. Great. I'm out of here. Ugh, time travel makes my guts itch. This guy's a yokel even by the standards of his time. Time to grease the wheels. Mayor Burby, I presume. Yes? Who are you? I'm here to speak to you about the Crystal Dream Valley Dam project. I want you to make the dam bigger. Much bigger and much more powerful. here are some revised plans. Damn, this lodge would flood the valley and displace hundreds of people. Besides, the dam's plant would provide a perfectly adequate amount of power. Why would we need to make it bigger? How about a handshake agreement? What? I don't even know who you are. You want me to agree to this on the basis of a handshake? Specifically, I am offering you the chance to shake hands with the handle of this large briefcase filled with meat. What happened to your accent there? I don't know. No. Well, now, yes, I think this new plan is quite viable. Good. And here in the floating office, there's a sheep in your office. This desk was carved from a single block of tedium, the raw elemental form of boring work. Puns. What the hell? Turns out that a lot of the president's time is spent on ceremonial bullcrap that nobody actually cares about. Case in point, pardoning the Thanksgiving turkey. None of your aides know what a turkey looks like, apparently. Meh. Pardon the damn thing anyway. Your desk, covered in policy documents both benevolent and malign. There's a note here about going back in time and making the Crystal Dream Dam bigger. How do we get on that eventually? Ridiculous court wizard isn't taking the situation seriously. Make it clear what's required. Give me a progress report on the SIT thing. Have you taken care of the problem yet? Oh, it's so dreary and unfestive there. All that math and science. It isn't holly or jolly. Screw your damn theme. Your entire job is dealing with magical issues. You won't have that do-gooding interloper messing around in the library. Too much at stake. Get it dealt with, or I'm giving Crimbo's federal holiday status to the frigging groundhog. You wouldn't. Go. Get out of my office. 6 lockers. Some dumb jock kid you have to give a presidential fitness award to. Sure. Hey kid, how's it going? Hi. Brilliant. Alright, by the power invested in me as the Shadow President, is an award for being able to climb a rope faster than most other kids, which is definitely important, and this is a great use of my time. Thanks. Do I give a speech? Whatever, I'm out of here. In the swamp, hello. This miserable beast.
President strong, make rich.
Yes, I know, and yes, you don't have to remind me of the terms of our 2-word agreement. You're keeping your people mean and hungry?
Yes, warriors mean, warriors hungry, good fighters.
That's right. You're my ace in the hole, this stinking mud hole. If I need to use force, so you better stay on top of things if you want your make rich. Keep everyone worshipping at the Gator Shrine too, but for God's sake, don't mess with the stuff in the basement. If you screw anything up down there, I will turn you into wallets. Get me?
Well, I get.
Good. Madam President, you're a bit of a different vibe all of a sudden. Duty called again. This useless loaf. More damn paperwork. How come nobody told me being president is all paperwork and talking to idiots? Sorry, man, but the unwashed masses gotta be kept in line while we amass power. Yeah. Fine, I hereby sign this order declaring July 12th National Bread and Circuses Day. All citizens get a complimentary dinner roll and a free turn on the nearest suitable trapeze. Ma'am, I ain't sure that who cares. Let Coolidge deal with it. What's he even for, anyway? It's all beneath me. Have we seen this shadow-beard individual before? Hellstrom. What does he want? Alright, Hellstrom, let's hear your report. Everything's fine and dandy, ma'am. I don't rightly understand what this shadow energy stuff is exactly, or why you want so goddamn much of it. But the converters are spraying out silicone grease marks out of a Gatling gun. Plenty of slag left over to present those weird monsters you like. Finally, some good news. So you'll meet the project deadline? Yep, though we'll need to expand the oil drilling operation some more. Need a science permit so we can expand into lots 210 to 240. Sure, whatever. Wait, 210 to 240. That a problem? My family's farm is 223. Ah. Well, ma'am, if you're wanting your weird black juice, we gotta get regular black juice out of the ground first. Alright. Fine. Sorry, Grandpa. I love this selling your soul montage. Well, hope you all enjoyed that backstory. We're up. We've still got a maggot on our head. Let's reacquire our buff. Don't need that one. Do need this one. Don't need 2 Gateman beverages. The tune of the morning. We got a sickle from a signal. Wait. We got a signal from a sickle. You know the farming tool thing? It's over in Grey County somewhere. Mostly nothing but farms there, but there's a store that's been open since forever. The owner's name is Jasper. He knows Murray, he'll probably help you out. Here's a map. You got Grey County placemat map and Jasper's feed and tag. This is a diner placemat. It literally has a map of the county right in the middle of it. Oh, I'm just impressed that you found a way to give me an actual map while still also giving me a thing that isn't a map. She's committed to the bit. And I respect that. Anything else to examine in these? I have a message. Message from Rufus. Aha, let's call him back. Yeah. We have time. I'd like to order a pizza to go, and no anchovies. Sorry, I must have the wrong number. Wait, Rufus? Oh, hi, Jimber. Can you come to my lab? I've nearly finished my quantum communication device, but I need just a couple more things. Alright, I'll swing by when I can. Great, thanks. See you then. Charles, anything to say? No. Let's pet Calliope for now. Yes, okay, thank you. Nothing to do with the uncursing machine, and let's get our trademark absinthe and fish oil. Because all our buffs. Oh. Okay, we're going to run into the ad break slightly for those of you who aren't subbed, so apologies, but hey. Fabian and Jeffers clink glasses in celebration of their respective rescues from Gateman lairs. Our friend! How did you sound? I remember you being incongruously English. Our friend. No, that's not English. Our friend. Come on, let's buy you a drink. I drink for free here. Not this, you don't. They slide out a large crate from under the table and deposit it at your feet. It's milk. As the milk isn't pasteurized, but the bottles are, if that helped. Oh. Huh. I can't get my mind off milk lately. I'm glad you two found each other. Well, and you know you've done more than rescue us. You gave Fabian and I the opportunity to meet. I cannot remember your voice at all. Yeah, look at us. An artist and a writer. That was it. Artist and a writer. We've already made plans to collaborate. Oh? On what? A blimp. Yeah, we've decided to build a blimp together. Why? Oh, the artist, my friend, he doesn't ask why. He asks why not. Why not? Exactly. And that's what we said too. If you'll excuse us, we've got much to do. Never met a blimp built itself. Another round, fancy Dan? More blueprint paper. Hey, good luck. Dan, have this milk. Milk, huh? Well, what's good for the calf is good for the cocktail, as the saying goes. So now I could have absinthe with milk, which gives you cold armor. I think I need cold armor more than hot armor, also than sleaze armor. Also, absinthe and milk sounds awful. Alright, but that is it for today. So just going to do the regular wrap up before we get into the next chapter. Thanks everybody for coming. Thanks if you stayed to the end, genuinely means a lot. If you've been watching, you know where to find me. But just in case, this is twitch.tv/Saracent. That's SERASENT, the House of Hubris. Streaming here every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 2 p.m. British time, ordinarily. That is 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific. Other time zones are available, but you can do the maths yourself, or you can give us a follow and get notified whenever I'm around. If you do miss anything, VODs are on Twitch for 8 weeks after the fact. Everything else, links down here. It says VOD archived, or it's youtube.com/@House of Hubris, where you can find everything going back right to the start of the channel. There's a lot of stuff there, so check it out. While you're there, why not subscribe? And you missed the start and middle, but you're here for the end, well, you're very much appreciated. Also, you were here for the start. You were in chat at the start. Anyway, while you're on the YouTube, why not give us a subscription? Doesn't cost you anything. Gets hot fresh VODs in your subscription feed every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. And that's actually true now, because they're uploading again. So, go me? Yes? Sure. Let's say I have succeeded somehow. Yeah. If you want to support me wearing maggots on my head financially, I won't do that, but you can always cheer or subscribe on Twitch. So, but you very much don't need to. Just turn up and hang out and be chill and be good to each other, and then everyone's having a good time. Words. For everything else, social media links are down there if you want to find me elsewhere, so do that, or it's House of Hubris pretty much anywhere. Twitter @House of Hubris, Mastodon @House of Hubris @kind.social, Blue Sky @houseofhubris.bsky.social, where I do all the social media things, including talking about other projects I'm involved with, mostly my voice acting. There's a bunch of cool stuff coming up, frankly. So, follow us there. Would be neat. But aside from that, I think we're done. So, I will see you all again on Thursday for more Shadows over Loathing. We will not be having a stream on Saturday. I will not be in town. And, like, I almost certainly won't be able to do a makeup stream that weekend, so we will be skipping Saturday. But yeah, I will see you again next time, as usual, on Thursday. For more of this when we will go into chapter 5, I think. Alright. Love you all, and I will see you later.